welcome to Wildcat Gym for Lovington basketball tonight on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan alongside TJ Miracle. We have a doubleheader tonight. Exciting, as the first up, the Lovington girls starting in just a few minutes. I guess they were not messing around. I think the extreme cold has everybody wanting to just get done quickly tonight, get home, and get warm. So we are just about to start the girls game coming up in a few minutes. Although the Lovington, the Carlsbad girls, I guess, were warming up, and they've gone into the locker rooms already. Yeah. So they'll come back out in a few. And not a big crowd here tonight. We do have the pep band, I guess, who's going to play for both these games, and that this girls' game will be followed immediately by the Lovington boys afterward against Carlsbad. So looking forward to it tonight. Carlsbad, I'm thinking Hobbs just because Carlsbad's 5A and in the Hobbs district. But Carlsbad comes in 14-5 on the season, ranked 17th in New Mexico, overall 13th in New Mexico 5A under head coach Matt Inlow. Lovington coming in at 11-7, a very solid year, a good season so far, ranked number 21 in New Mexico overall and number 6 in New Mexico 4A. The bad news about that is I think 2 or 3 of the teams in Lovington's district are also ranked in the top 10. So it's the toughest 4A district in New Mexico, and we're looking at this game beginning here in just a few minutes. Let's run down the rosters and give you what's going on with the Carlsbad girls, carrying a pretty full roster and quite a few juniors and seniors, names that we've come to know and certainly have seen in calling the Hobbs girls versus Carlsbad for several years.
I'm pretty sure some of these girls are 35 now.
It feels like they've been there. 0 is Hayden Bros. Number 1, Cameron Zumbrun. Number 3, Mia Payanis. Number 4, Jayla Bragg. Number 5 is Juliette Lecon. She's just an 8th grader, by the way. 11 is Talia Payanis, a sophomore. 12 is Abby Dugan. She's a name that we've seen for at least 10 years now, it seems like. She's a senior, though. 14 is Kendra Ortega, a freshman. 21 is Macy Garcia, senior. 23 is Faith Klusner, a junior. 32 is Serenity Medrano, another 8th grader. Jasmine Gonzalez is number 50, a senior. And 52 is Rebecca Brown, also a senior. For Lovington, of course, a short roster, but it's quality, not quantity for Lovington, and they certainly have been improving and putting their game together. They haven't improved so much, light years, over the last 2 seasons under head coach Chief Bridgeforth. Number 3, Paisha Gonzalez. 4, Carly Knapp. 5, Aubrey Aranda. 10, Braylon Hernandez. 12, Malaya Castro. 14, Ashlyn Barunda. 24, Jabri Rios. 42, Abigail Schaus. So, and I don't know, I'm assuming the refs are out talking with the team captains at center court, and I'm assuming that we will have our usual, the national anthem and introduction of players. And, hey, there's Coach Pack, the head coach of the boys program up here in the mezzanine. So, yes, we will probably take a break as we pause for the national anthem, introduction of players. Be back. We'll talk about the starting 5 and a little bit about this the Lovington team heading into this game tonight as well. We'll be back with more from Wildcat Gym on Lovington Sports News and YouTube, or Lovington Sports YouTube, rather, at HobbsAmerica.com.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym for Lady Wildcat basketball tonight. It's a battle of the Lady Cats versus the Cavegirls here, both in blue. The Carlsbad visitors will be in their dark road blues with white numbers and letters, and your Lovington girls will be in their home whites with blue letters and numbers. And looking to get this started, we just heard the introduction of players for Carlsbad, and your starting 5 for Carlsbad will be Brose, Dugan, Garcia, Gonzalez, and Brown. And your starting 5 for Lovington will be Knapp, Aranda, Castro, Burunda, and Schaus as they announce the Lady Wildcats. And they're going to throw out the pink basketballs, little mini basketballs. The crowd's a little thin. It's pretty early still as this game getting underway just about 5:30. I think we're going to hit it, if not early, right on time tonight, TJ.
Well, we certainly are. And for the Lady Cats, as you mentioned earlier, coming in at 11-7 on the season. And really, I think they're thinking kind of got a little bit burned last time we saw them here on Saturday. A game I'm thinking they're probably thinking they should have won. They just let it get away from them at the end. And Carlsbad coming into this one 14-5. And one of those 5 losses was to Lovington last Tuesday night at the Cave in Carlsbad, 39-36. So they're looking for a little revenge. And I'm sure they looked at the film of that Clovis game, and I have a feeling you're going to see Carlsbad get very physical.
Yeah, very aggressive. That's kind of what started the downfall in that, especially in the second half for Lovington against Clovis on Saturday. They just came out in that second half especially and became very physical, very aggressive, and just kind of outmuscled Lovington a bit, and Lovington got a little bit rattled, and they slowly just let that lead slip away. They had led that first half, and it ended up tied 33 all at halftime, and then they ended up losing on Saturday. So they want that back, and Carlsbad wants their loss against Lovington at home back. So we'll see a real battle as number 21 Garcia goes up against Schaus in the center court, and Lovington wins the tip, and it goes to Burunda, off to Castro in the left wing, then back to Burunda. She thinks about driving in, a little spin move, and then muscles her way into the lane. Nice physicality by her as she puts it up and in. I like that. I like the aggression already early for Lovington. 2 up, 2-0. And Carlsbad coming the other way, finally across the timeline.
Lovington going with good trap pressure so far, and now Dugan's going to back it out and try and reset and slow things down a little bit.
Yeah, as you can tell by that very low score, 39-36 for these two teams, that was a very low-scoring affair on the road. Don't know if the shooting was cold or the play was just deliberately slow. If both teams were just, not just kind of getting untracked a little bit late in that game, I don't know.
Well, Coach Matt Inlow's not one who runs a real run-and-gun style. He's very deliberate.
Unless he's playing against a team that does that. And in the past, Carlsbad ladies have been able to stay up with the Hobbs girls with run and gun, except for when they want to slow the pace down deliberately. And here they've done just that, taking their time, taking a shot. It does not fall, and the rebound by Aranda, her first. Coming back the other way, a pass to Malaya Castro. She tries a 3 from the left wing, doesn't fall. Carly Knapp with a rebound, nice offensive rebound, then loses the handle on it. Turnover for Lovington, and give it back. Running the point, Dugan Pulls out to the right corner. Now going to move around to the left, looking for room, just slowing up the pace. You can tell Carlsbad is not worried. They feel like they can control the ball, and Lovington right now is not stepping up and putting a lot of one-on-one defensive pressure on them. So Carlsbad thinking they're going to control the pace, and Dugan just very patient, running over to the right, coming back to the left, leaving it off for Bros. Bros moving it over to the left. Now Knapp stepping up, putting a little defensive pressure on. They work it and get Gonzalez open, thinks about the three, and then passes it off, gets it back, tries to pop it, doesn't fall, fight for the rebound. And are they going to call a jump ball? Brown had it.
They're actually going to call the foul on Brown going over the back.
So Brown with the first foul, and it'll be on the floor. Lovington will inbound, and it's going to be Aranda to Malaya Castro. Castro in the back court, and a little trap defense back there. Lovington moves across anyway, gives it to Barunda. She goes up, tries to put it up and in from the left. Little repeat of her last basket. It does not fall. Fight for the rebound. It goes off of Carlsbad, out of bounds. It'll stay Lovington basketball. Aranda to inbound. Gets it to Schaus. Schaus right in front of the basket. Oh, tries to put it up and in, no good. And it's going to be Dugan with the rebound. She'll bring the ball down, run the point, right side. Pull up, top of the arc. Lovington just keeping them out of the paint. And Carlsbad looks very content to move the ball around again, around the outside of the arc, not feeling too pressured, too much in a hurry. They do find Gonzalez open again, but Knapp over there in her face right away. Good move, good defense. And they move it back to Dugan over in the left corner. No place to go. Nice defense by Lovington here. If they can just keep this up.
Right now, Carlsbad is not going to press the issue.
No.
They're just going to keep going, and they're going to look for the inside play.
And they do. They get it back to Dugan. Dugan puts it up and in from the paint. No good. And Schaus with the rebound. Nice work there. She leaves it off for Aranda. Aranda pass down to Castro. Castro is going to get fouled. Castro, nope, she turned it over. She traveled, so yeah, and it looked like a travel to me. But the way she turned around and then the ref, I thought he was going to call a foul because she did get bumped into in the back. But I think she traveled before she got the bump. So second turnover for Lovington. Dugan running the point, getting it over to Garcia, back to Dugan. Now she passes in the lane, but then Gonzalez passes it back out. A three-ball attempt on the way, no good. And Carlsbad with the rebound. They get it to Dugan. Dugan's three-ball is off the mark, and this time it is Barunda skying up for the rebound. Nice. Lovington still up 2-0. Pass over to Malaya Castro in the left corner, and she puts up the three. Nice work, and Lovington is up just like that, 5-0.
This is one of the things that Carlsbad's going to have to work on. If Lovington can stretch this out to 3-4 possessions, the way Carlsbad's playing, I'm not sure they can get back. Yeah.
Right, it's hard to catch up at that point unless they turn the Jets on, and they are capable of that, depending on what they want, the pace that they want to play. Passing it around, finding Gonzalez open. She tries a three-ball from the right wing, doesn't fall, and it was Barunda with the rebound again. Gets it to Knapp, running the point, bounce pass to Castro. Castro steps behind the line, tries the three-ball. It does not fall this time. Fight for the rebound, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to be, last touch by Schaus. Nope, they're going to call Schaus with the rebound.
Over the back,
boy, so there's a foul. It'll be on the floor. And it'll be Carlsbad ball. That is Dugan to inbound. She's going to get it up to Bros. Back to Dugan. Across the timeline, left side. Again, Carlsbad not in a big hurry. Ooh, a pass in the lane. It is stolen away. Nice by Aranda. She takes it coast to coast, but her ball does not go in. The rebound, though, picked up by Castro, and Castro saves it and gets it to, oh boy, yep, they're gonna call the lane violation against Barunda. But it was a nice work to take that ball and try to make a score out of it. And Lovington is going to have to try to do that. If they don't score on turnovers and on possessions, they are going to have a real struggle against Carlsbad. They've got a 5-0 lead right now and just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here and say a big thank you to all of our sponsors. You see those logos on your screen, so take a minute to appreciate them. Of course, you'll also hear those messages from our sponsors as well during this game.
And we appreciate those folks. They make it possible for us to bring you these games absolutely free of charge. Unlike some places that charge you for it, we don't. We never will because of those great sponsors. We don't have to beg you for donations either. So be sure that when you're considering whatever it is that you are be sure you shop with those local businesses who support your cats and lady cats.
Thank you. And back from that timeout, Carlsbad's ball. They give it to Dugan, running the point. She gets it up to Garcia. Good defensive pressure. And, I think they're going to call Barunda maybe on the foul. She was, no, maybe no foul. We'll see.
Yeah, I think they're going to get her for going through just trying to get to the ball.
She was trying to steal a takeaway, and I like the aggression by Lovington. That's exactly what they need to do, especially against a team like Carlsbad that seems at this point content to just handle the ball and slow the pace down. So they're going to have to really look at steals and takeaways. Didn't work that time. A shot up, no good, and Schaus skies for the rebound, her second. Lovington still a 5-0 lead right now. And a three-point attempt. Rattles in and out, as that would have been nice from Barunda. But instead, Carlsbad with the rebound. Dugan's got it, running the point. Brings it down again, just taking their time. And a pass around the outside of the arc.
Carlsbad has had some open looks at the basket, but have not been able to get anything to fall yet. Lovington, good job keeping them contained thus far.
Yes, and Lovington's going to have to keep this up. That's the thing about it. With a short bench, you've got to keep that intensity and that focus up for that, full 4 quarters. Lovington and Carlsbad still just passing around the outside of the arc. Bros with the ball now. Back to Dugan. Dugan, top of the arc. Good defense by Lovington as they move it around. And a steal, but it taken right back away. They do get Gonzalez, who posted up. They get her in the lane, and then they're going to call Schaus for a foul again.
And
as
Chief
they passed it
Bridgeforth
in.
Not happy about that call, because he says arms were straight up, feet were set, shouldn't be a foul. And
I can't disagree, but we'll see. Again, he got called. He got a technical on him in that game on Saturday.
And they wave it off. And so the two officials talked about it. And
All right. And we like to see consensus, in that hand. If one of the coaches, it would work both ways. Inbound, taken away as Malaya Castro jumps up, gets it, and then she gets fouled.
Going to call that on Bros, her first person.
Yep, and that will be on the floor. And Aranda will inbound to Castro. Castro walking across timeline center court. Back over to Aranda, then into Schaus. Schaus, a little bounce pass into Barunda in the lane. Beautiful work. An assist by Schaus, and Barunda with 2 more points. She's got 4 in the game. Make it 7-0. As Lovington needs to work on stretching this lead out. Carlsbad starting to pick up the pace just a little, but they're still passing around. Now finding 52, that's Brown posting up, but she kicks it right back out. A shot up again by Carlsbad. Schaus with her 3rd rebound of the game. Nice work on the board there. Malaya Castro bringing it down. And then a pass into Schaus. Right! She posted up and right from the right.
Did a nice job coming down that right baseline, and then Barunda did a good job and threw the fastball into her, and that let her take it in off the right glass.
Nice assist by Barunda this time around. Abigail Schaus with 2 points in the game makes it 9-0. Lovington with just a minute left in this first quarter. A pass in, stolen away, tipped over by Aranda, then to Schaus. Schaus, they get it to Knapp. Knapp gets it to Castro. Castro nowhere to go, so she kicks it out to Aranda, and Aranda not in three-point range, but she does pop a beautiful nothing but net shot from the left and makes it 11-0. And Carlsbad wants to take a timeout, so we will take it with them. It's a full timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Lovington Lady Cat basketball from Wildcat Gym.
Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes, your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside, causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Sammy Sludge, you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
Okay, back with more Lady Cat basketball as the Lady Cats going up against the Cavegirls of Carlsbad here at Wildcat Gym this afternoon. The first of a doubleheader. The Lovington boys will play against the Carlsbad boys following this game. And, man, I tell you what, Lovington girls came out to play, and so far they have an 11-0 lead. But having said that, they also had really commanded that first quarter against Clovis on Saturday, and that game did not turn out the way they wanted. So Carlsbad inbounds. They've picked up the pace already, I've noticed. Let's see if they're any more in a hurry to try to take shots. They do get it to Dugan in the right corner. And then all the way back over to Bros. Bros all by herself puts up a 3-ball. It doesn't go. A fight for the rebound, and J.B. Rios in the game for the first time for Lovington. Gets a hand on it.
And they're going to call the jump ball, but possession arrow goes to Carlsbad as Klusner tied her up, and so Carlsbad will keep possession.
Carlsbad will inbound just to the right of their basket. They get it over to Ortega. Ortega tries a bit of a shot. It's blocked, but then the pass goes awry. Carlsbad picks it up, and then a foul is going to be called on Lovington. Let's see who they call that on.
I think they are going to get Hernandez on that. Braylon Hernandez.
Braylon Hernandez. Okay, Braylon in the game again for the first time. Going in just a couple of minutes ago. So first foul, and that's going to send Medrano to the line. And nothing but net as Medrano buries that and puts Carlsbad on the board.
But it comes with only 20 seconds left in the first quarter, and they have to do it from the free throw line.
Second shot, eyes it, skies it, nothing but net. So she's got 2 points at the line, and 11-2 is your score. A quick pass down to Castro, but Castro can't hang on to it. It goes out of bounds, so it'll be another turnover. The fourth for Lovington in this fourth quarter. It's fifth. 17 seconds left here as Carlsbad with the ball. Let's see if they're going to play for a shot. Bros thinks about the 3, but has good defensive pressure on her. And they get it to Dugan. Dugan backs out. And are they going to call, what are they going to call? A foul away from the, oh, great. Lane violation, so a turnover, and that's number 4 for Carlsbad.
5.
Oh, okay. So I have missed a turnover for both of the teams there. And the quarter expires at the end of the first. It is 11-2, a low-scoring affair, but Lovington all over Carlsbad so far. The game is young, though. Good job by Lovington in this first quarter. We'll be back with more Lovington Wildcat basketball from Wildcat Gym in 30 seconds here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Is your team safety training ready to go on location? If you need safe land, CPR, and H2S training, Cannon Safety is who you need. They'll get you squared away with NCCE ROQs and pipeline training. Cannon Safety has a variety of PW, Honeywell, H2S, and multi-gas personal monitors starting at $99. Nothing is more important than your company's safety. Don't waste any more time. Get a Cannon Safety professional on the job today. Google Cannon Safety Hobbs or call 575-738-0001.
Welcome back to Wildcat Gym for Lovington basketball tonight. Girls first, then the boys. At the end of the first quarter, Lovington is leading 5A Carlsbad 11-2. On Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com, I'm Dawn Morgan along with TJ Miracle. And good job by Lovington. I see some things that they've worked on as a result of that Saturday game against Clovis, and that's quite something since they've only had yesterday and today to address that before the game. Lovington inbounds. They get the ball. They get it to Schaus, who posted up underneath the basket, and then it's tied up by Brown, and the arrow goes the way of Carlsbad.
And Abigail, trying to get a little space underneath, decided to take a dribble, and as soon as she did, she took a step, and Brown tied her up, and good job by Brown to realize she could tie her up and get the possession arrow.
So Carlsbad working around the arc. Dugan tries a 3-ball, no good. Gets her own rebound, and a putback, no good. She is going to get fouled as Schaus was trying to get the ball back from her. Pretty sure they'll call Abigail for that. Or they're going to call, nope, they haven't put it up yet. Yes, they do. So second foul on Abigail on that.
They are crashing the boards, and Schaus and Barunda especially are fighting for every board. They've got to be a little careful, though. Sometimes they're getting a little wild.
And Dugan buries the first one, nothing but net. So Carlsbad may be trying to make a comeback from the free throw line here. Second one up, and that one rattles home as well. So now 11-4. Carlsbad eating into that lead by Lovington. They're going to have to try to space this out again. And that is Barunda crossing the timeline, gets it to Aranda. Aranda's 3-ball, nothing but net. Nope, just a 2. Her foot was on the line. She was not in 3-ball territory. But nice work popping the net and making it 13-4 now. And Barunda with 4 points, Aranda rather, with 4 points in the game. Dugan running the point. Passes off, gets it back, top of the arc, over to Bros on the left wing. Knapp with good defense, getting it into Gonzalez, has to kick it out. And Garcia looking for room as well. Good defense by Lovington, keeping them out of the paint. Carlsbad very patient, though, just moving the ball around. Then they work it in, trying to get Brown, and it's stolen away. So taken, and Malaya Castro tries to take it coast to coast. She misses the layup from the left, and with the rebound, I believe that is a Brown.
That was
Brown. Gonzalez, okay. 50 and 52 look a lot alike. So, and then a three-ball coming attempt by Dugan the other way. Knapp brings it down. Brings it all the way down, runs out of room for the dribble. They pass it around, get it to Malaya. She tries the three ball. It won't fall. And then Barunda gets the rebound. And then a bounce pass over to Knapp. She almost loses it, but takes control. Now finds some room in the lane, and now she's going to get called for traveling, I think. Yep, she just took one step too many there. Man, doing a good job of fighting for it. Lovington just all over the place there, trying. But Carlsbad with good defensive pressure, forcing them into some awkward body positions and just trying to struggle to.
If you're Lovington on the fast break and on the transition, you need to take a deep breath. You cannot miss those little bunny jumpers when you're all by yourself and expect to win.
Dugan with the ball on the left wing to Bros, top of the arc. She drives in, kicks it over, kicks it to Garcia, back to Bros, drives in, now to Dugan, thinks about the three. Knapp on her, good job, good defense. Bounce pass back over to Garcia. Garcia now to Dugan again, thinking about the three. Then passes it, another three-ball attempt on the way, and no good. Fight for the ball. It was loose, and picking it up with it is Gonzalez. Second rebound from her. Then Carlsbad resets outside of the arc, passing it around. Dugan driving into the lane. Oh, she's got to put up a shot or pass it, and she does, and it goes up and in. And I believe that was 50 Gonzalez with the putback. So 13-6 now. Lovington needing to score. The nice pass into Schaus. Schaus puts it up and in and draws the foul. Nice work, as some of those shots on Saturday, those point-blank shots by several of the players were not dropping, and that was costing, especially in the second half, and that was costing Lovington a lot of points. This time, Schaus posted up, had a nice assist. I didn't see who gave her that ball. Nice, as she puts it up and in, makes 3 points the old-fashioned way. But she took a nice feed and pass, I believe, from Barunda to be able to take that shot. 15-6. Dugan running the point, leaves it off for Bros. And Bros to Licon in the game for the first time. Almost stolen away by Knapp. Good defensive pressure, but you got to scramble back, make those transitions. A three-ball attempt on the way from the left corner, no good. Ball's loose, and I believe that was 52, Rebecca Brown with the rebound. Then they get it to Dugan, tries the ball, and Schaus with the rebound. Nice boards from Schaus in this game. Lovington bringing it down. That's Aranda to Knapp. Knapp over on the right wing, and then all the way over to Malaya Castro. She thinks about the three, but they have her guarded. So instead, she passes to Schaus, and Schaus had posted up and in from the right. Great teamwork with an assist by Malaya Castro on that beautiful mix. It's 17-6.
And so far, getting it into Schaus, they've brought it down just a little bit. There were probably 6 or 7 times on Saturday where they just sailed it over her head, and Abigail's a tall young lady, but when you're throwing it over the backboard, she can't get to it.
4 minutes left to play in the second quarter here. 17-6, Lovington leading. Carlsbad just passing around the outside of the arc. Now a bounce pass into Brown. Brown gets it into, I believe that was Gonzalez. Gonzalez up and in off of an assist with Brown, and that makes it 17-8, or 18-8 rather, and a 10-point lead for Lovington, but a timeout called, and it is going to be a full minute, so we'll be back in 30 seconds with more Lady Cat basketball from Wildcat Gym.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Welcome back to Wildcat Gym for Lovington basketball tonight on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Lovington girls first, then the boys, and so far it's been a good game for the Lovington girls going up against the 5A Cavegirls of Carlsbad. And deep into this second quarter, almost at halftime. Lovington has an 18-8 lead. TJ Miracle.
Well, they've done a nice job moving the ball extremely well. They've done a good job on defense. Then I think Chief seeing a little bit of a breakdown. That's why he took the timeout right there, because Gonzalez had an absolutely free run right to the bucket, and Carlsbad made him pay. I think he was just reminding his girls, hey, you know what? You've got to stay on your girl.
We'll talk more about this at halftime, but I noticed a little bit different attitude in the Lovington girls in this game. Nice pass again into Schaus, an assist by Aranda on that, and Schaus with 2 more points in the game makes it 20-8. As, yep, that is working, and it's nice. As Abigail, she's got some defensive pressure on her, but she's been posting up and owning that territory underneath the basket, and that's what you got to do. Carlsbad passing in. Now they post up to 52, and Brown puts it up and in pretty easily with 2 more points, makes it 20-10.
Well, and again, they lost one of the big post players for Carlsbad on the baseline. That's 2 in a row that's happened.
And a steal, a takeaway as Dugan with a steal takes it in coast to coast against Knapp and puts it up and in her 4th point in the game, cuts it down to an 8-point lead for Lovington. Malaya Castro running the point. Cross center line, passes over to Aranda to Barunda to Schaus, and again the pass just a little beyond Abigail, and instead it goes to Carlsbad, and now running the point, taking it coast to coast, trying to put it up and in Dugan. It doesn't fall, but Carlsbad with the rebound, the putback no good, and then Schaus with that rebound, denying Carlsbad a 3rd look.
Her 5th board of the ball game.
Yeah, nice
comes
work.
at a good time.
It does, with less than 2.5 minutes left to play in the second. Oh, a nice alley-oop shot from the left with a nice little left-handed hook by Barunda, and she puts it up and in. Nice pass in the lane to her as well. So makes it 22-12, back to a 10-point lead for Lovington. 2:05 left to play. A pass to Dugan all alone in the left corner, and she pops the net. She's got 3, 5, 7 points in the game now. Makes it 22-15. Now a 7-point lead for Lovington. Aranda all the way to Knapp. Knapp into Schaus. No room. She's got to kick it back out. She does to Barunda, or Aranda rather, taking a 3-ball look. No good. And Schaus fighting for the rebound, but it goes off her hands to Carlsbad. Brose brings it down, leaves it off for Lecone. Lecone to Dugan, top of the arc. She pulls back, moves it over the left to Brose. As Carlsbad setting the O, looking for somebody open. A bounce pass in the lane, stolen away. Nice, kind of went directly to Schaus, and she said thank you very much. She gets it out. Barunda is going to drive in the lane, try to put up a shot, but she is going to get fouled. And they're going to call that. They should call it on Lecone, I think, number 5.
Yep.
As they do. It'll be on the floor. That's the first foul against Lecone. And she will come out, and also Brown is coming out. And I think 32, Medrano is going in, and then I didn't see who else was going in.
Klusner.
All right, Klusner. All right, Lovington inbounding, working it all around the arc. Now into Castro. Castro out on the left wing, getting worked on hard by Brose. Drives in the lane, puts up a little jumper, thinks it's gonna bank off of the backboard and go in, but it doesn't. Instead, it bounces and goes out of bounds. But last touch by Carlsbad, so it will be Aranda to inbound just to the right of the Lovington basket. They bounce it over to Barunda to Knapp. Knapp now to Aranda. Aranda tries the 3-ball from the right corner, no good, and that's Gonzalez with the rebound. I've got that down as her 3rd. And she's just going to bring it across the timeline, leave it off for Dugan. Dugan passes to Brose, back to Dugan on the right wing. Dugan looking for room. And then they do find Gonzalez, but she has to. She's
nice
not in
job
position.
there by Rebrose. So she came down and kind of blocked her out on that baseline.
And she just didn't have any room to try to take a shot. So she had to go back around on the baseline and then kick it back out. So Carlsbad resets, working it around the arc. Knapp with a nice knock away, almost steals it. Then they get it to Dugan in the right corner. She fights against some good defense, and then they get it to Brose. Brose going to take a shot. She's going to get fouled. They could call either Aranda or Barunda on that. They were both. They were on either side. Yeah, they were on either side of her, trying to get that ball. So kind of a bad foul because Brose, a small girl in the lane, and probably not going to go up and make the shot. But first Ball up no good as Bros first time to the line, a miss. She'll get another chance at it. 22-15, by the way, and the second one does fall. So 22-16, now just a 6-point lead by Lovington. They bring it down quickly, a nice transition. Castro's got it to Knapp in the right corner, back to Castro. Now to Barunda. Barunda drives in, gonna put up a shot. Oh, it does not go, and the rebound is by Medrano. And at the buzzer at halftime, 22-16 is your score. Lovington still in the lead, but Carlsbad cut that down a little bit from that first quarter. It was 11-2 at the end of the first. Now 22-16 at half, and we'll be back with your halftime report with more Lady Wildcat basketball from Wildcat Gym.
Lovington Wildcat fans, are you ready for the battle? Battle Energy is ready to take the court with the Cats. For all your BOP nipple ups and BOP testing, call Battle Energy. Battle Energy is also providing safety training, no matter where you need it. Battle does on-site or mobile training. Call today at 575-942-9472 for the company that's ready to go to battle with you. Battle Energy proudly supports all Lovington and Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to Lovington basketball. Ladies first, boys second, and Lovington girls are in the lead in this one against Carlsbad. 22-16 your halftime score here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and in their first half, after conferring with TJ on stats, here are your point totals for Carlsbad. Your leading scorer right now is Abby Dugan, 7 points and a rebound, and 2 of those points came from the line, and 3 of those points a three-pointer. Also, 4 points for Jasmine Gonzalez and 3 rebounds from her. Then you've got 2 points from Rebecca Brown, a rebound and assist, and Madrana with 2 points and 3 rebounds, and Garcia with 2 rebounds, and then Brose with 1 point in the game. So that adds up to your 16 points for Carlsbad, leading at the first after the first quarter. Lovington 11-2 and now 22-16. Carlsbad turning over the ball 7 times in the first quarter, 5 in the first, 2 in the second, and not a whole lot of activity at the free throw line for Carlsbad. Though you've got Brose, who had a miss and a make. And then you had Dugan with 2 points from the free throw line, and those were the only free throws, I think.
Madrana with free throws, 2 in the first quarter, as Carlsbad goes 5 of 6
right. 1, 2.
in the first half, and that in the first half from the
All
charity
right.
stripe.
Yeah, I've got 2. She went 2 for 2. Is that right?
That is
Madrana
correct.
did. That's right. 2 at the free throw line. So for Lovington, right now, leading point scorer is Abigail Schaus, 9 points, 5 rebounds to go with that, an assist and a steal. Nice work by her. Ashlyn Borunda, 6 points, a couple of rebounds, 2 assists as well. You've got Aubrey Aranda with 4 points, a rebound and assist. Malia Castro with 3 points, and that was a tray, 2 rebounds and assist. Then you've got Carly Knapp with 2 rebounds, and that is the story as far as the scoring and the rebounds for Lovington. Again, and very, very little activity at the line for them. Abigail Schaus had 1 point from the free throw line, and none of the other Lovington girls going to the line in that first half, right?
Yeah, Lovington just going 1 of 1 from the free throw line. They made the most of their one opportunity there, so they got it to go.
Yeah, Abigail Schaus with a 3-pointer the old-fashioned way with that point from the free throw line. Lovington turned over the ball 5 times in the first, 4 in the second for 9 total. So the team's very close in turnovers, but Lovington has been doing a good job on the boards, and they from the get-go very a little more physical, a little more aggressive, and better at defense, I think. Plus, I notice an attitude. They seem to be more confident. They're out there. They're owning it. They're not noticeably. They're not being terribly more aggressive than they have been, but they seem to just be owning their space on the court, a little more sure and confident of what they're doing, of where they're going, of how they're guarding, of where they are, of taking their shots, and that's really from everybody. They just seem a little more determined, they seem focused, they seem to just be playing a little more assuredly and confident, and I hope that it carries through that second half, because they had a first half that was pretty solid against Clovis on Saturday, TJ, and then Clovis was able to make some adjustments at halftime, came out and flipped the script on Lovington. I don't want to see that. We don't want to see that in this game with Carlsbad today.
Well, I think that is a possibility. You mentioned Lovington doing a nice job on the boards, and they did. They won the rebounding battle 13-10 as far as rebounds go in that first half, and it gave them a couple of opportunities at second looks, which they were able to take advantage of. Now then, Carlsbad, once they picked the pace up, though, a little bit, they got Lovington a little bit out of their set and a little bit out of their system. The zone kind of shifted on them a little bit at times, and so they got outscored 14-11 in that second quarter. Now then, when you're up by 9, you can do the math. Lovington needs to continue to be consistent, but they've got to find a way to convert. They've had some opportunities off of Carlsbad. Only turned the ball over 7 times, but they had some opportunities on some transition, fast break kind of looks, and they missed them. They just missed there's 3 shots, that's 6 points that they missed on turnovers that they took down, and just overran it, underran it, and didn't get the bucket to fall. When that happens, sometimes you got to take a deep breath as you're going down and realize, okay, this is my spot, this is what I do, and I think they got a little bit ahead of themselves at times there, and I think it cost them 6 points.
So Lovington also, they could have taken advantage of some of their opportunities better, but I think they were doing a better job of taking care of the basketball and just playing with a little more assurity, and not getting rattled and not turning over the ball a lot. They're passing a little bit better, certainly kicking the ball around, and an unselfish basketball getting it in to the girl who has the best chance of making the basket. And, more times than not, they were making those baskets in the first half, which is why they're leading 22-16. Did they leave some points out on the floor? You bet they did. Did they miss some rebounds? Sure they did. But they didn't foul much, and they, they're starting off this second half with a 6-point lead. That's not much, but that is something to build on and something to be proud of. And then their first half against Carlsbad. But, man, that can disappear and really quickly against a team like Carlsbad.
It's 2 possessions. That's 2 3-pointers, and they left the shooters open a couple of times.
Yeah.
Carlsbad had wide open looks and were only able to convert on the one. But if you leave them open and they get a shooter like Dugan or somebody hot, all of a sudden that's 6 points. Your 6-point up is 6 points down.
Yeah, and Carlsbad luckily did not have a real hot hand as far as the 3-pointers. Again, they took way more looks at 3-point looks than they made in that first half. Only 1 3-pointer, and that was by Dugan coming in that second quarter.
Of course, Lovington only 1 3-pointer
True.
too.
And that
now,
was
I did notice Carlsbad is staying in the face of Malaya
Yeah,
Castro.
you
Every
bet.
time she touches the ball, somebody, usually Dugan, either Dugan or Garcia, is getting right in her face.
Or Bros. So that's a story as we get ready to tip off or get ready to get this second half underway. Not going to be a tip off, but a throw in from midcourt, and Carlsbad will have the ball. Although first there's a bit of I don't know what Malaya
Discussion as to whose ball it is to start the half.
All right. So Castro was standing there talking with one of the refs, but the refs were also conferring by themselves, the other refs. So don't know what Castro was asking the ref, but here we are starting the third quarter. Lovington will have the ball to inbound midcourt right in front of the home section. Get it to Knapp. Knapp going to take it all the way around the outside of the arc. Back to Castro. Almost loses it against Bros. Intensive pressure by her. Then to Knapp in the right corner. Nowhere to go, and a bounce pass is a bad one. It's taken away. So turnover by Lovington, and Dugan's got it to run the point. We'll see if Carlsbad.
Got to have better motion when you get a girl that's used up her dribble and is in trouble. Nobody came over to assist.
And she had to rely on the bounce pass. Shot up by Dugan, no good, and Schaus with a rebound. Gets it down, Knapp taking it up and in from the left. 2 points from Carly, and she's on the board and makes it 24-16.
And that was desperation as it came a little bit in front of her. Carly was at full tilt just to get to it and then put up the heave-ho and it goes in.
Yeah, nice work. And now a 3-ball attempt from downtown by Carlsbad. No good, and it is going to be Barunda with the rebound. Gets it up to Knapp. Knapp back in the backcourt, finally across the timeline. Knapp over to Barunda. Barunda trying to drive in. No room, so she has to kick it back to Knapp. Out to midcourt. Knapp over to Castro. Castro getting worked on immediately by Bros. Castro, a little spin move and going to drive in the lane, then has to kick it back out. Ball's loose on the court. And what they're going to call a foul, or are they just going to wait? Malaya, she did, and she's kind of limping coming up.
They're going to say an official timeout.
Yeah, I think the officials just want to make sure that she is okay. She comes out immediately, kind of voluntarily, and goes over to the bench. I don't know, just don't know. She got up very gingerly, limping just a little bit. So J.B. Rios is going to go in for her as she shakes it off on the bench. And it is going to be Carlsbad basketball.
Yeah, in a situation like that, they have to call jump ball, and the possession error goes to Carlsbad, so it becomes the second turnover of the quarter for Lovington.
24-16 is your score with 6:42 left in the third here. Carlsbad will have the ball, get it to Dugan. Dugan back to Garcia, now to Brown. Brown into Gonzalez. Gonzalez trying to put it up underneath the basket. She had posted up, and it's tipped by Schaus. Good work by Schaus to get a hand on it cleanly. It goes out of bounds, stays Carlsbad basketball. Carlsbad inbounds to Bros. Bros over to Dugan. Dugan drifts back, gets it to Garcia. Garcia to Bros. Bros drifting back now. On the right, back to Garcia. Good defense by Lovington. Carlsbad being patient. Now they get it to Dugan. Dugan kicks it out, finds Gonzalez, and Gonzalez tries a 3-ball, won't fall. Dugan with the rebound, her second. And she's getting worked on pretty good by Aranda. Dugan, top of the arc, gets it to Bros on the right wing. Good defense by Knapp. They kick it over. They're trying to find somebody open. They do have Brown, who is... Oh, and now Dugan across the baseline in the left corner. She's alone. Now she drives in, puts up a little jumper. It doesn't fall. A fight for the rebound. Oh, it's going to be controlled by Gonzalez. Gonzalez off of a tip by Brown. So Carlsbad resets. Bros over to Gonzalez on the left wing. Back to Bros, top of the arc. Now over to Dugan on the right wing. Dugan over to Bros. Bros now over to Garcia in the corner. And oh, Garcia pops a tray from the left corner and cuts that down. 24-19, a 5-point lead by Lovington. That is Aranda across the timeline to Knapp on the left wing, all the way over to Barunda, almost stolen away by Dugan. Aranda's got it. Now to Knapp. Knapp pulls the trigger on a 3-ball. It won't fall. It's an air ball pulled down by Gonzalez. And here comes Carlsbad again. Dugan running the point. Drifting back to Garcia. Now they find Gonzalez open from the left again. Air ball for her 3-pointer, and Barunda with the rebound. Barunda is going to take it down and try it coast to coast. It doesn't fall. Fight for the rebound, controlled by Dugan. She's got it. Now she's going to take it coast to coast. Up and in from the right. Her ball does not miss. It goes in point blank, and now just a 3-point lead by Lovington.
Lovington collapsed in on the baseline, and that one bounced out, and Dugan was playing bird dog back there, had it, and had a free run at the bucket the other way.
So Lovington now with just a 3-point lead, and Carlsbad stepping up the defensive pressure. Jabri Rios takes the ball, and off of an assist by Barunda, puts it up and in. It pops straight up and then falls right back in. Jabri Rios with 2 points at a good time. 26-21, 5-point lead for Lovington. 4 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Carlsbad going to pass it around, and now they find Bros all alone in that left corner. Her 3-ball does not go in. Fight for the rebound. Gonzalez has it. She's going to get fouled. I think they're going to call Schaus over the back, either Schaus or Barunda.
Going to get Barunda on the hold.
All right, so
that'll be
Barunda,
her third personal.
Yep, and that's not good news. Lovington's got a short bench, can't afford anybody to be in foul trouble, really. Rios comes out. Carlsbad inbounds to the right of their basket. And they pass it in the lane to Gonzalez, and then a whistle sounds, and they're going to get 40. They're going to get Schaus on that.
They're going to get actually Abby
Nope, they're
Dugan
gonna get
on a block,
Dugan.
so
All
an
right.
offensive foul.
So there we go, and that's a much better. That's a much better situation. They've got the ball. They inbound. Get it to Malaya Castro across the timeline. Oh, she leads Knapp. Knapp able to control it this time. Her ball does not go in. Schaus with the rebound. Her putback no good. Lovington's putback no good. And Carlsbad with the rebound. Lovington with 3 looks at the basket, point blank, and did not get any of them to fall.
You got to
That
cash
hurts.
those in.
That's right. Carlsbad moving it around the arc. They found Dugan. Can't take the 3 shot because that's a good defense by Aranda. So she kicks it out, moves it around the outside of the circle instead. Over to Bros. Bros looking, bounce pass is stolen away, but it's loose as Knapp knocked it away, and then it was loose on the floor.
They're actually going to call a foul on Bros. So they're going to say she pushed. So.
And she pushed, I believe, Aranda or Barunda over there. So Aranda is going to inbound. She'll get it to Castro. 3 minutes left to play in the third quarter. 26-21 is your score. 5-point lead for Lovington. Behind the back pass from Aranda to Castro. Castro then kicks it out to Knapp in the right corner. Then quickly into Barunda in the lane. Up and in, and she's fouled. Beautiful work as Knapp with an assist. And Barunda, wow, drove in the lane. Beautiful work. She looks so assured of that. And she definitely gets the 2 points, and she'll have a chance to make it 3 the old-fashioned way, as they call Brown on that. And Barunda will go to the line. This is her first trip to the line.
Ashland normally about an 80% shooter from the free throw line.
28-21 the score here, as she can increase the Lovington lead by 1, and she does. So Barunda with 3 points makes it 29-21. 2:46 left in the third. Carlsbad working it around the outside of the arc. And for the first time, Zumbrun in the game for Carlsbad. Bros to Zumbrun on the right wing. Back to Bros, top of the arc. Into Klusner. Klusner finds Gonzalez. Gonzalez has Malaya Castro in her face. Can't take the 3. To Klusner. Schaus in her face. Lovington doing a good job, but now they find Gonzalez open. She takes a 3-ball. It won't fall, and that's going to be Zumbrun with the rebound. To Gonzalez, to Dugan in the left corner. Now Carlsbad just going to reset the O. As Dugan passes to Klusner, top of the arc. Klusner, ooh, almost stolen away by Aranda, but that leaves Bros open in the left corner. She takes a 3-ball shot, won't fall, fight for the rebound. Dugan's got it. Then a 3-ball up on the way, no good. Fight for the rebound. I thought it went out of bounds. Now they're going to call. I think they're going to call that say that they did step out of bounds, I think. Yes. Or are they going to call the foul?
Yeah, I think they're going to say it did go out of bounds. And Carly Knapp is up, and
now
she got rolled on.
She did.
On the backside, a collision underneath the basket as they started fighting for the rebound under there. And I think, it'll be another official timeout.
Okay. So. And it will be, she comes limping off, and it's going to be Hernandez, Braylon, who goes in for her. And it will be Carlsbad basketball. They'll inbound just to the left of their own basket, and it will be Dugan to inbound, gets it right to Gonzalez. Gonzalez driving in, puts it up from the lane, up and in, an easy one. And that cuts back into the lead. 29-23, Lovington up by 6. Aranda brings it down to Barunda. Barunda drives in, up and in from the left. Nice as she wins that one-on-one battle.
11 now for Barunda. She's in double figures.
Back to 31-23. 8-point lead for Lovington. 1:20 left in the third. Carlsbad around the arc to Bros on the right wing. Back to Zumbrun. Then into Dugan. No room, but that leaves Bros open. She takes a 3-ball shot at it, won't fall, and Gonzalez with the rebound. A bounce pass to Dugan. Dugan tries to put up a ball. It doesn't go, but she is fouled. And it's going to be on Lovington. Let's see who Aranda. They call that on. And that is just the first on Aranda, though. So Aranda with a foul, and that sends Dugan to the line. She'll shoot 2. 31-23 is your score. Make it 31-24 now as Dugan adds another point. She's got 7-8 in the game. 10 now. That's right. I didn't write her that basket that she made earlier. She'll get another chance at it. 31-24 with a minute left to play in the third, and the second one no good, and the rebound by Lovington. That actually was Hernandez. Castro to Aranda. Aranda pulls up just inside the three mark, though, just top of the arc. Yeah, oh, it was. Okay, she was outside. I didn't think that I was hoping she was, but I didn't think that it was. 34-24 as Carlsbad. Oh, quick pass. Finding Brown, who posted up, and it goes out of her hands and out of bounds, but it will stay Carlsbad basketball. 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Lovington up by 10. Carlsbad inbounds, and then they get it into Brown again. Brown trying to put up ball, and they're going to call Schaus for the foul as Schaus was behind her guarding, and Schaus, again, very frustrated by that foul. It will send Brown to the line. This is a first trip to the line for Brown. Second, they haven't put it up on, they haven't indicated on Abby yet, but I think it's going to be on Schaus.
Chief Bridgeforth asking for a
There's
little
clarification
there as to what she did that actually called it.
And Brown puts it up and in as they still haven't put up the foul. They're still showing the foul, that last foul in Aranda. They did not put the foul up on Schaus on the board. Second one up, no good. Fight for the rebound. Dugan actually puts it out of bounds. So
but they're going to say Schaus touched it last. Wow.
Wow, okay. So it'll be Carlsbad basketball. Dugan will inbound just to the left of the Carlsbad basket. 31 seconds left now in this third quarter. Lovington up 34-25. Inbound to Zumbrun. Zumbrun tries the three. It won't fall. Schaus skies for the rebound. Oh, and then the pass taken away. So a quick turnover by Lovington. And Carlsbad's got it. Zumbrun working it around, top of the arc. Gets it over to Payanis in the game for the first time for Carlsbad. Now they kick it out. Dugan on the left wing. Back to Zumbrun. And good defense, keeping Payanis from taking the 3-shot. To Klusner, then they get it back, a quick 3-shot. Oh, and she didn't need long to set it up. Payanis 3 times. Twice she tried, and she had defensive pressure by Lovington, and the third time she just got the pass and took it and put it up immediately and sunk that 3-pointer. So it is 34-26. 28 rather, yes, 28. 34-28, a 6-point lead is where my brain was going. And at the end of the third quarter, the score is 34-28. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Lovington basketball from Wildcat Gym.
Proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
And welcome back to Lady Cat basketball. It's Lovington basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. The first of a doubleheader, girls first, boys second. And at the end of 3 quarters, Lovington is leading 34-28, a 6-point lead. They had a 6-point lead at halftime as well, 22-16, and they led 11-2 at the end of the first. Lovington will have the ball to inbound. That's Castro into Aranda at midcourt. Aranda running the point against Dugan. Pass over to Barunda. Oh, Barunda, a little miscommunication there as Barunda was passing to Castro. Castro had passed the point of that pass, and Carlsbad gets it instead, but then they go out of bounds with it. So
yeah, nice job on the far side by Barunda. She poked at it, and it went off the leg of one of the Cavegirls, so Lovington gets it back.
And Castro to inbound to Hernandez, and Hernandez passes it. She gets it back on the right wing, and then, it's picked off by Carlsbad as it was intended for Aranda over on the left wing. Dugan's got it, knocked away by Aranda, but it'll stay Carlsbad basketball rather. Carlsbad will inbound right in front of their own bench. That's going to be Garcia into Dugan. It is 34-28, less than 7.5 left to play in this game. As Carlsbad passes, Gonzalez in the lane, a turnaround jumper by her. It's no good, but they're going to say they're going to call a foul on Lovington.
On Hernandez.
It's going to be, and Hernandez has stayed in the game since coming in for Carly Knapp, who left after a collision and was limping, still on the bench. And Castro also had come out limping. But Hernandez with the second foul on her, and that is going to send Gonzalez to the line to shoot 2.
And she missed the first.
So she's got a chance at this one, and this one is nothing but net. So a miss and a make, and makes it 34-29. Castro running the point on the right wing, getting worked on hard by Bros. She gets it into Schaus and overshoots Schaus. Schaus had posted up, raising her hands, trying to get it. It goes over her and out of bounds. She goes down, but she's up.
Chief not
she's
happy.
Okay.
He thinks there should have been a foul on that as Schaus went down hard. Chief just shakes his head.
Yeah, he felt like she got pushed from behind, and I wouldn't disagree with him. Carlsbad finds Bros open. She takes a shot from the left corner. No good. Fight for the rebound. Aranda is going to get it. And a bounce pass to Castro in the lane. Castro puts it up and in. Count the basket, and she gets fouled. So 36-29 is your score, and a chance to stretch the lead out a little bit more as Malaya goes to the free throw line for the first time in this game, and they're going to call that on Bros. That's her third. Oh, up and no good. Schaus fighting for the rebound. It's loose, and Carlsbad picks it up. Dugan is going to get it. And they get it. 3-ball on the way by Garcia. It's her second tray. Gonna have to try to keep a hand in her face. Oh, and going down underneath the basket was Schaus. She's down on her back. They're going to pull her up. Hope she is
had
okay.
a collision with Gonzalez and with Brown both down there.
She comes up limping just a little bit. Oh, that does not look like it feels good. So, yeah, some, again, physical play as Carlsbad.
And one of the officials telling Schaus she needs to go to the bench. So.
All right, so Schaus will sit or try to work it out. And instead, let's see who Chief will put Blug back in. There's 4 girls on the court right now. They're going to put Braylon Hernandez in place of Schaus. And it will be Lovington basketball. That is going to be Aranda who inbounds. And we'll have to go all the way down as she gets it into Castro. Castro back to Aranda. Aranda is going to run the point. Get it up to Barunda. Barunda on the right wing. Back to Aranda. Aranda going to move it around to the right. Getting worked on by Dugan. Leaves it off for Castro. Castro drives the lane. Going to put up a shot. It pops up. And it is saved by Hernandez, who gives it back to Castro. Castro No room as Bros is all over her, but she passes to Aranda. Aranda in the lane, and they're going to call a foul, and it's going to be on the floor. They're going to call that on 52. That's Brown. That's her third foul. And Chief Bridgeforth with a timeout. Let's see if it's going to be a 30 or a 60. And it is a full 60, so we'll be back in 30 seconds with more Lovington Lady basketball. They have a 4-point lead here, 36-32. We'll be more back at Wildcat Gym in just 30 seconds.
Attention oil patch companies. Is your team safety training ready to go on location? If you need SafeLand, CPR, and H2S training, Cannon Safety is who you need. They'll get you squared away with NCCE ROQs and pipeline training. Cannon Safety has a variety of PW, Honeywell, H2S, and multi-gas personal monitors starting at $99. Nothing is more important than your company's safety. Don't waste any more time. Get a Cannon Safety professional on the job today. Google Cannon Safety Hobbs or call 575-738-0001.
Welcome back to Wildcat Gym Lovington basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com, as it's the Lady Cats versus the Cavegirls here, and we are deep into the fourth quarter. Lovington with a 4-point lead at this point, and out of the Lovington timeout, it is going to be Lovington girls who will have the basketball, but just a 4-point lead at this point. They've led as much as, I think, is it 10 points is the greatest lead? 10 or
9, yeah.
No, they've had a 10-point lead a couple, 3 different times, but no more than 10, I think. Lovington inbounds, and they get it to Barunda. Barunda trying to put up a shot from just outside the blocks on the right side, gets fouled, so she'll go to the line. And Barunda, let's see, she is 1 for 1 at the line so far, and she is in this one 6-8. She's got 9 points in the game. 11 now, yes. So she eyes it, skies it. First one is good, nothing but net. Nice work.
And good job there as they went immediately after Rebecca Brown, who was sitting down basically guarding the baseline. They went right at her, forced her to foul, and that brings her on to 4 fouls, and she'll have to check out.
Good news, Knapp is back in the game in the blocks as well, and that one is also good. Nice free throw shooting under pressure. Puts Lovington back up by 6. Dugan running the point for Carlsbad. 6 minutes left in this game. Bounce pass to 32, Medrano. Medrano finds Gonzalez in the lane, and a shot up no good, and Aranda with the rebound. Good time for that. To Castro, takes it coast to coast, up and in. Castro with 2 more points, and Lovington now 40-32. Dugan running the point on the right side to Bros. Bros, top of the arc. Back to Dugan. Dugan drives in, puts up a shot from the right side. Oh, and it's good, as she made that look very easy. 40-34 now. Back to just a 6-point lead for Lovington. Barunda bring the ball down the left side to Knapp. It's poked away by Dugan, but Aranda saves it. Back to Knapp. Oh, and they're going to call a foul on Dugan and against Knapp. So we will see Dugan. That's her second foul on her.
But it is the 4th team foul on Carlsbad, so that's important because that'll put Lovington in the bonus on the next foul.
Malaya Castro inbounds from in front of the Lovington bench to Aranda, to Knapp, back to Aranda, now to Rios. Rios leaves it off for Aranda. Aranda moving it over all the way over to the left to Knapp. Knapp pulling back mid-court. Very loose pressure right now by Carlsbad on Lovington. Lovington's got a lot of time. The time is their friend. They can afford to burn stuff. A shot up, no good, and rebounding is Gonzalez. And then I think they're going to call a foul.
Yep, they're going to get Rios for going on the push there.
So that will be on the floor after this one, though, as that is going to be Gonzalez inbounding. Dugan will run the point. Over to Garcia, back to Dugan. Over to Bros on the right wing. Pass over to Garcia, thinks about the 3, but Lovington guarding her. Good job. And now a 3-ball attempt on the way, no good. Oh, great. Skying for the rebound was Barunda.
That's her 7th board of the ball game.
Nice time for that. 40-34 with 4 and at less than 4.5 left to play. The clock is Lovington's friend. They can afford to hold on to it, but holding on to it is key. They get it to Malaya Castro. She puts up a shot, no good. Fight for the rebound is loose. Dugan will get it. Control.
Medrano.
Yeah, Medrano actually handed it off to Dugan. And gives it back. Dugan drives the lane, a bad foul as she flies up trying to put a shot in. It doesn't fall, but she is going to get fouled. And let's see who they call that one on.
Got Jabri Rios. She's picked up 2 quick personals. That's her 3rd personal and the 3rd team foul on Lovington.
And 40-34, just a 2-point lead, a 6-point lead that is. But now Dugan makes the first. And she's got another chance to cut this back down to a 4-point lead by Lovington. 4:07 left to play in the game. Lovington has led. Oh, and Dugan does make that one. So 40-36, a 4-point lead for Lovington as they want to hang on to the game. They've had the lead in this game the whole way. They don't want to let it slip away. And time, the clock is their friend here. They need to hang on to it, maybe make Carlsbad come after them. And that's exactly what they're doing. They get it to Barunda in the left corner. She gets double teamed right away, gets it out to Malaya Castro. Castro drifts out to midcourt, just runs it, leaves it off for Knapp. Knapp is going to take it over to the left. Then a pass over to Aranda. Aranda pulls back on the right wing, all the way over to Knapp. Oh, almost out of bounds. She saves it, though. That's what Lovington is doing. They're keeping it away. They're going to burn the clock and force Carlsbad to come after them. Then a bad pass in the lane is picked off by Dugan. That's a turnover. Dugan gets it to Bros. Bros puts it up and in from the left, and that's not what you want to do if you're Lovington.
Now, if you're going to play keep away, you have to
keep it away.
You have to keep it away, and then you have to get it in when you get an open look, as Chief Bridgefort's taking the timeout.
Exactly. Let's see if this is a 30 or it's a full 60. So we'll be back. Just 3 minutes left in this one, and now Lovington up by only 2 points, 40-38. Exciting finish coming up. We'll be back to Wildcat Gym.
Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym. Lovington basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com, as this has been a good game by both teams. And Lovington has led by as many as 10 points several times in this game. But in this fourth quarter, Carlsbad has narrowed the gap and got it to within 2. And now it's a 40-38 ball game out of the Lovington timeout. The Lady Cats will have the ball. But, man, the Cavegirls are really mounting a challenge here at the very end of the game. 3 minutes left to play. Oh, and the ball taken away from Castro by Bros. Bros takes it to the hoop, puts it up and in, and draws a foul. They're going to get Aranda on that one. So Bros, this is exactly what Lovington did not want to do, what Carlsbad was trying to force them into, and it worked.
Well, it did, and a bad foul coming back the other way. So now Lovington playing from tied or behind, depending on the outcome of this free throw. They've got to find a way to break the Carlsbad pressure. Didn't do a good job on that possession.
No, Malaya Castro on the inbound losing that ball. Bros is 1 for 2. Misses this one. Barunda with the rebound, a very important one there. Gets it to Aranda. Aranda over to Knapp. Knapp back to Aranda. Game is tied, 40-all here. Lovington with the ball. They can't afford to lose this ball. They've got to score on this possession right here. Passing it around outside the arc. Barunda now driving in the lane. Tries to put it up, but won't fall. Schaus trying for the rebound and kicks it out of bounds instead. So it will be a turnover, and it will go to Carlsbad.
No turnover.
No turnover. It just goes out of bounds, and it's Carlsbad ball.
Yep.
It's a change of possession, though, with Lovington not scoring while they had the ball. 40-all, 2 minutes, 18 seconds left in this one. Dugan with it, looking for someone, just going to take it, get it to Bros. Zumbrun backs up over to Bros now. Bros to Zumbrun. Oh, almost stolen away, but that leaves 50 Gonzalez open, and she pops the tray.
And now she's got 10 points in the ball
Boy,
game.
and now Carlsbad is up by 3, 43-40 right here
Their
with a
first lead
minute.
of the ball game.
Yes, a minute 52 left as Aranda takes it all the way, tries to put up a shot from the right side. It does not fall, and Brown with the rebound gives Carlsbad the possession, and now the clock is their friend. They're 3 points up, and all they have to do is hang on to the ball and make Lovington come after them. This is not the way Lovington wanted this last 3 minutes of this game to go.
Well, part of this, Lovington has been the walking wounded. They've had girls in and out and having all kinds of problems with the injury bug here in this second half, and things not as well with some of the bench in.
Carlsbad just keeping away, now swarmed, and I think they'll call either a timeout is taken as Carlsbad was getting double teamed, and Carlsbad's coach Enlow calls a timeout before that ball can be stolen away by Lovington, but it also keeps Lovington from fouling. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. And this is, again, we made reference to the game against Clovis on Saturday, but Lovington was able to really maintain the lead and kind of keep their feet, on the gas here. And much later in this game than they were against Clovis. Things turned at halftime against Clovis. Here, Lovington has just let things go just at in the last 3 minutes of this game, TJ.
Well, they have, and Lovington leading for basically 28 minutes of this ball game, led from the very get-go, but now they're going to have to find a way to play from behind with just 75 seconds left in Carlsbad basketball.
Yeah, and it's Carlsbad's, it's Carlsbad's game to lose at this point. Lovington's going to have to make something happen, force turnovers, and try to get the ball back, get this tied up at the very least, or go ahead. So that's the challenge as Castro up against Gonzalez. Yeah, I mean, Carlsbad's just going to make them come after them. Dugan running around, actually going to run all the way across the baseline, didn't even stop to take a shot. That's Carlsbad's game here. They're going to make Lovington foul them, come after them and foul them, and they're going to burn as much clock as they can while they're making it. If they can keep it away. And finally, they didn't even call the foul. Aranda hugged her. Aranda hugged Dugan, and finally they're going to call the foul. But Dugan's really not who you want to send to the free throw line because she's perfect at the line today.
Almost 5 of 6.
Right, that's right. She's got one miss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she will be at the line to shoot. She has certainly made way more than she has missed today, though.
Yeah, she leads the Cavegirls with 14 points.
And Carlsbad has nobody in the blocks, and that one is going to fall in. And pretty much with 35 seconds left now, Carlsbad 44-40. Not insurmountable, but, and drops that one as well. So it's going to be tough.
Ball game,
yeah, going to be very tough. Lovington with the ball, and a timeout are they going to say a timeout? Or are they going to... Are they going to say, the ball did not go out of bounds completely and before Lovington before they inbounded, basically. And now they're going to, now somebody calls it, Chief Bridgeforth calling a timeout. It's just
a 30 because that's all
it
he's
is.
got left.
So we'll just keep it right here again. 45-40 is your score right now, with only about 30 seconds left to play in this game. And it's Lovington led 11-2 at the end of the first. They led 22-16 at the half. They led 34-28 at the end of the third. And now here they are with Carlsbad taking their first lead of the game deep into the fourth quarter, and now with a 5-point lead against Lovington.
Well, getting outscored right now 17-6 here in this quarter, and that has flipped the script on the Lady Cats. So now they've got to figure out 2 possessions. They're going to have to pop a 3 at some point. Of course, you can attack and go for the and 1 if you want to. Gonzalez, or rather Brown, is out there with 4 fouls. Maybe you attack her, see if you can get the bucket and the foul.
They're going to put 35 seconds on the clock, and I believe that's about right. I think it was a little under that, actually, as they're scoring the score. It would be nice to think Lovington has 3:58 left to figure this out, but it's not going to go. Instead, I think they had about 34 point something on this.
35.8 because they did start the clock on
all right.
when they put it back in.
So it was about, I just remembered it was about 35 seconds, just under it or just over it. So they're trying. I don't know, having a little difficulty getting it down to 35.8. So I think they're going to settle on 36 seconds on the clock. And it'll be Lovington's basketball out of the Lovington timeout, though. Malaya Castro to inbound to the left of the Carlsbad basket. She'll get it into Barunda quickly across the timeline over the left into the corner. Aranda can't take a shot, though. And she gets it back to Barunda. Barunda drives in off the glass, put it up and in as Barunda with 2 more points and cuts it down to 45-42 now with 18 seconds left. Lovington's going to have to try to steal that ball. And, Knapp almost
not a foul?
does.
She tried to draw the foul and the steal.
Yeah, and then Dugan, they're going to call Aranda for the foul again against Dugan. You know, I know that Dugan runs the point and has had the ball a lot, but trying to foul anybody but her when they have their hands on the ball would be something that you think Lovington would want to do there. Because Dugan buries that one. She's made 5 straight free throws from the line. Makes it 46-42. 10 seconds left in the game here.
And she makes this one, it'll pretty much put it out of reach as Chief uses his last time out.
That's it. And this one again, it was just a 30-second timeout. Yep. And we'll just go ahead and keep it right here again and say a big thank you to all of our sponsors. This has been a very frustrating game here at the very end because it's the scenario that we didn't want to see. We talked about it, that we didn't want to see this, that Lovington wanted to avoid having the kind of late fourth quarter that they had and just missing some opportunities, giving the ball up and not making some shots when they had the chance to do so. And now they're in just a position of just desperation with 10 seconds left and down by 4. Going to be very, very difficult for them to pull this out of the hat.
At this point, they've got to hope Dugan misses this one. Then they hit a 3 and get fouled so they can get 4. If not, if she makes this one, it's over.
And she does.
6
straight free throws for her. That's 47-42. And Aranda with the ball. Gets it to Barunda. Barunda almost gets a 3 from way downtown to go in, but instead Brown gets the rebound, hangs on to it, and Lovington ends up losing this one 47-42, but not for lack of some good play and a good game most of the way for them. Just got a little lost, and Carlsbad took advantage of things toward the end to come up with a 5-point win. But still, it's a 5-point loss to a 5A team, and they played very well. And Lovington will drop to 11-8 with this. Carlsbad improves to 15-5. But, of course, this is all in service to just getting stronger and ready for district. And, of course, this is the first of a doubleheader. We'll take a quick break and back to wrap the Lovington girls game up and get into pregame as the Lovington boys take the court against the Cave boys, the Cavemen, coming up in just a couple of minutes right here for Wildcat Gym on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Wildcat fans, are you ready for the battle? Battle Energy is ready to take the court with the Cats. For all your BOP nipple ups and BOP testing, call Battle Energy. Battle Energy is also providing safety training, no matter where you need it. Battle does on-site or mobile training. Call today at 575-942-9472 for the company that's ready to go to battle with you. Battle Energy proudly supports all Lovington and Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym, Lovington basketball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and the final score in this one, Carlsbad 47-42 for the Lovington girls. And TJ Miracle gonna give us the stats and wrap things up for this game, as then we'll go right into pregame for the Lovington boys versus the Carlsbad boys. But how did things end up for the girls?
Well, a couple of Cave girls in double figures led by Abby Dugan. She had 19 points in the game, 12 of them coming in that second half. 10 points for Jasmine Gonzalez. She was also their leading rebounder. She had 8 boards in the ballgame. Those were the 2 biggest Cavegirls who skinned the Cats. They go 14 of 19 as a team from the free throw line, 23 rebounds, but only 10 turnovers in the ball game. For Lovington, leading scorer tonight, Ashlyn Barunda finishes up with 15 points to go along with 8 rebounds. Abigail Schaus, 9 points and 8 rebounds. Malaya Castro chips in 7. Aubrey Aranda with 7. Carly Knapp with a bucket and Jabri Rios with a bucket. Lovington, not many opportunities from the free throw line. They do go 4 of 6 for 66% from the free throw line. Lovington did win the rebounding battle. They had 24 collectively as a team, but 17 turnovers, and too many of them in that crucial fourth quarter. And as you mentioned, they fall tonight 47-42.
And I think when you look at the stats, you can see why. Even though the rebounding, they did a really good job, especially in that first half of rebounding, still too many turnovers as they were close in turnovers in the first half. They had 9 and Carlsbad had 7, but then too many turnovers in that second half. Too many missed opportunities, baskets missed, and Carlsbad simply came from behind and outplayed them in that fourth quarter. So unfortunately, a loss for Lovington, but still a well-played game for most of that game, and they can hold their heads high that they almost beat Carlsbad, a 5A team, and a solid 5A team at that, who go up 15-5. So up next for the Lovington girls, they're going to be on the road to play at Chaparral on Friday night. But up next for us, it's the Lovington boys versus the Carlsbad boys here at Wildcat Gym.
And we'll be back with your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show in just a couple of minutes as Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
It's me, Sammy Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes, your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Tell Sammy Sludge you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
Attention oil patch companies. Is your team safety training ready to go on location? If you need safe land, CPR, and H2S training, Cannon Safety is who you need. They'll get you squared away with NCCE ROQs and pipeline training. Cannon Safety has a variety of BW, Honeywell, H2S, and multi-gas personal monitors starting at $99. Nothing is more important than your company's safety. Don't waste any more time. Get a Cannon Safety professional on the job today. Google Cannon Safety Hobbs or call 575-738-0001.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Wildcat Gym, getting ready for game 2 of our doubleheader tonight. The Lovington Lady Cats fallen by 5 to the Cavegirls earlier this evening, but now getting ready for the Lovington boys versus the Cavemen of Carlsbad. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Welcome to your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from Stone Oilfield Services. Everything you need out in the patch, WH Stone and the Stone family have got you taken care of. Stone Oilfield Services, proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lady Cats. So coming into this one, Dawn, the Wildcats are 11-7 on the year. Their last couple of games, they've had kind of a tough run of it this past week. Of course, losing to Carlsbad in Carlsbad at the Cave, I believe they call it,
right,
last week, and then dropping another game before that. Had a pretty good north-south shootout, though. You covered those games, going 2-1 in that tournament, and really kind of back and forth. Could have been 3-0 very easily.
It could have. I think they had a chance. Definitely that game that they lost. The second game that they played definitely was tougher for them, and it was a loss. But they did a nice job against Los Alamos in their first game, and then they won on Saturday, to finish up. So 2 for 3, yes. And now, of course, this is a 4A versus 5A matchup, of course, just like the Lovington girls and the Lovington boys. They're really solid. They're 11-7 on the season under head coach Casey Pack. They're not getting a lot of love overall in the state, but they are ranked 11th right now in New Mexico 4A.
Well, an 11th would definitely get you into the playoffs.
Sure.
Again, you're in a very, very tough district when you look at the teams that you're going to have to play. Of course, we'll talk more about that. One more tune-up after tonight for the Wildcats before district play starts next week. Now, on the opposite side of the court, you've got the Carlsbad Cavemen under head coach John Zumbrin. He's their longtime head coach. They come in at 12-5 on the year, and right now in the Max Preps matrix, they are number 14 in Class 5A. They're not getting a lot of love from the coaches in the matrix either, but they want to get this win. Carlsbad, I think, is kind of one of these teams. They're a little bit up and down and depends on the night. They are 1-1 against Artesia. They got blown out by them, and then they turned around and blew them out. The Hobbs Eagles just absolutely ran them off the court at the Artesia tournament. But, I think this is a little bit of a case of a team with Carlsbad. It's which team is going to show up. And sometimes Lovington kind of has that feeling too. But if the Cats show up and the Cavemen have some problems, well, this could be the Cats' night. One thing that the Cats are going to have to be very aware of, and I'm sure Coach Casey Pack is, they cannot go size for size with this Carlsbad team. They are a bunch of cavemen, if you want to get right down to it. This is a large team out there. Lovington really their most size coming from Valente Herrera and Cale Covington, but you can't put Valente and Cale in situations where they're going against guys who are almost as big as they are and maybe a little bit beefier, and leave them out to dry, because that's not going to work so good. And if you get into those situations, you've got to find your shooters on the outside, and they've got to be going. Yeah,
you did. I mean, you look down this Carlsbad roster, and they've got 6'1", 6'2", 6'4", 6'5", 6'2", 6'4". So they definitely have not only height, but they've got size. They've got some beef out there as well. So yes, and Coach Pack would probably tell you that really not. They're more of a speed team. They know they don't have the size to go up against really, teams that do have height and size advantage against them. So they really work on quickness, on speed, on forcing turnovers. I tell you what, Perez leads in steals for this team at 3.7 per game. JoJo also leading in assists at 2.6. So it's all about trying to steal the ball and feed the ball a lot of times into Cale Covington, because Cale leads this team at 21.1 points per game. He also leads in rebounds at 13.8, so they look to him to shoot, they look to him to rebound, and he also leads in the free throws at 61%, and he's got 1.1 blocks, average per game. I mean, he is your all-around player, but he can't do it alone.
No, he certainly can't. It's going to take a team effort to knock off these Cavemen, and it's really going to take a team effort the rest of the season for the Wildcats to have a chance when we get into Selection Sunday and then into playoff time.
Right.
So in a tough district to go with that. So we'll come back after this and continue. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Are you ready for the battle? Battle Energy is ready to take the court with the Cats. For all your BOP nipple-ups and BOP testing, call Battle Energy. Battle Energy is also providing safety training, no matter where you need it. Battle does on-site or mobile training. Call today at 575-942-9472 for the company that's ready to go to battle with you. Battle Energy proudly supports all Lovington and Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back to your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show with Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle, getting ready for the start of Game 2 of our Lovington doubleheader tonight here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. So as we continue on this one, the two teams out warming up. We mentioned earlier Lovington on a bit of a slide, losing 3 of their last 4, getting knocked off by 5A Roswell last weekend, 59-43, and then losing to this Carlsbad Caveman team a week ago, 49-31. Not a high-scoring game for the Wildcats in that one. And this is a team that is capable of putting up 90, 100 points if everything is clicking.
Yes, this is, again, one of the stronger teams in 5A for sure. I mean, they're ranked number 14th in New Mexico 5A. They're ranked 16th overall, so Carlsbad getting a lot of respect, a lot of love, and they last beat Centennial. That was a low-scoring affair, though. They beat Centennial 53-45. So not a high-scoring affair at all. Next up for them will be at Goddard coming up this Thursday. Of course, Lovington is going to be taking a little trip down to Jowl on Thursday. We'll be doing that game as well down there. But this is a test, and this is a good chance for Lovington to really stack themselves up against a talented 5A team, try to put their best game out there on the floor, and if they perform well, they could win this game. But if they at least perform well, then that could also get them a little more attention and love as far as the rankings go, and especially make them get a little confidence getting into district coming up next week.
Yeah, of course, district starts next Friday. We will be right back here as the Artesia Bulldogs will be in town. Oh boy, what a way to open district against Artesia, but hey, that's the district we're in, and that's the way it all has to work sometimes. Of course, as we mentioned, after tonight, one more tune-up. That'll be Thursday night down in Jowl, a Lee County battle, a north-south rivalry. Of course, Lovington already knocking off the Panthers once this season, doing that much earlier in the year. Actually, that was the girls. I was thinking it was the boys, but I misremembered, as they say.
Okay.
So,
all right.
But so hopefully for the Wildcats, that one not going to be. And nothing against Jowl. That will probably be more like a competitive practice, and that's what you'd expect with a fairly highly
5A,
ranked
4A,
2A
match
game.
up
But
there.
we'll be there for Thursday night
You bet.
on that one. But can't worry about that one. Can't worry about Artesia next week. You got to worry about the Carlsbad Cavemen here tonight at Wildcat Gym. As we get ready for the start of this one, the two teams coming back out onto the court. The Cavemen will be wearing their road blues with white letters and numbers, Carlsbad in block lettering on the front of their Jordan jerseys. For the Lovington Wildcats, are in the home whites, the white unis with the blue letters and numbers, and Cats in script on the front. So we will take a timeout, come back with your starting lineups and the tip-off of Lovington Wildcat basketball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
At some point, you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat basketball, as I think maybe we are not going to have the national anthem as they are doing the introduction of the teams.
Well, we had the national anthem before the girls' game.
That's true, we did.
And the Lovington boys are going to try to accomplish what the girls could not, and that is to knock off Carlsbad. The Lovington girls losing that only by 5 points, 47-42, and they didn't give up the lead or the game.
Led 29 of the 32 minutes in the game.
Until the last 3 minutes of the game. They got beaten in that game. So good one and a good effort for the Lovington girls. But the Lovington boys now take a tilt against the Cavemen coming up.
And your starting lineup tonight for Carlsbad: number 2, Karen Orgain; number 3, Zenis Huerta; number 11, Jacob Chavarria; number 22, Shane Sullivan; and number 34, Brandon Sullivan. For your Lovington Wildcats tonight, starting 5 on the floor for Coach Casey Pack's squad will be number 1, Dallas Cardenas; number 5, Elijah Rivero; number 10, Jojo Perez; number 24, Kale Covington; and number 30, Xavier Casadas. And a quick note, as Valente Herrera is out tonight. He is actually on crutches down on the sidelines. And
that's
so
not good.
You hate that for Valente.
Right.
A, for the basketball team, and then for, of course, we saw him last Monday night at the
football banquet.
He was moving pretty good, but he is on the crutches tonight, so he's going to be a little bit lame, and that's a big loss for Lovington inside, especially when Covington has to head to the bench.
That's right. Edetta has often been very instrumental and very helpful coming in, and often will score a couple of points or at least score a few rebounds for Lovington. So that is going to hurt not having him available, but that's just going to mean that Lovington is just going to have to play a little harder with the guys that they've got.
Well, you go with the guys you got and you make it work, and that's what the Wildcats will be doing here tonight. Thanks for being with us, Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. Of course, do subscribe to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Remember, once we get every 1,000 subscribers, so we're about 400 away. Once we get to 2,000, somebody will get $100 out of my pocket, not coming from our great sponsors, not coming from the station. That's from me, just to say thank you to you subscribing. So the Cats heading out to the court, ready to jump this one off. It'll be Shane Sullivan taking the jump against Cale Covington, and we are ready to go on a Tuesday night from here at Wildcat Gym in Lovington. The Cats and the Cavemen tonight from the parquet floor of Wildcat Gym. With Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us tonight, wherever you are around Southeast New Mexico, West Texas, and the world. And again, a big thanks to our sponsors. They make it possible for us to do this and never have to beg you for money or charge you to watch this. So the opening tip-off is up, and the Cats will control it as JoJo has it in the backcourt. Perez comes up against Huerta, tosses near side to Cardenas. Cardenas gets a little screen, flips it back over to JoJo. Now over to Rivero, throw the fastball to Casadas. Get it back, and the little floater is up by Perez. No good, and it'll be Covington flashing through, getting the rebound for the Wildcats. He'll turn around, put it up from about 10. Not going to fall and off the bounce. It'll be Sullivan pulling it down for the Cavemen. Lovington with a little initial backcourt pressure. Now they'll drop back in defense. As bringing it across the timeline is Chavarria. Chavarria will then set a screen on the far side for Huerta. Huerta to Sullivan, now into the far right corner for Orgain. He'll turn around. Three-pointer on the way, no good, and in and out. It'll be Covington with his second board of the ball game.
Yeah, nice rebounding by Covington. That's going to be key for Lovington in this battle against the big boys.
Leaves it off for Perez. Perez comes near side to Cardenas. Cardenas into the corner. Casadas, three ball on the way. That one is no good and off of the tip. It'll come into the hands of Chavarria, who will keep it himself. Cavemen running again, a minute into this one, and no score. Chavarria picks up the dribble. Dallas on him close. He'll fling it near side to Orgain as he'll cycle it back over. Gets a screen from Sullivan. Hippity hop through the lane. Puts it up and up off the glass and in. Orgain will strike first as the Cavemen take the early 2-0 lead. Rivero to the front court. Lovington will bring it down. Perez looks back, gets the sign he wants from Coach Casey Pack. Flip it over to Elijah. Now to Cale. He'll bring it up to the right elbow. Needs a little help. He'll get it from Perez. Flashes through now. He needs some help. The high inlet pass onto the right base to Covington and up off the glass. Good. Cale ties it at 2.
Yeah, and a nice assist there as that was a great feed into him.
Now full court pressure on for the Wildcats as Orgain with Cardenas on him, weaves through traffic. He'll toss it over into the left corner. Huerta pulls the trigger on the three from the left wing. Up, no good. And off of the tip, Covington touches it last. It'll stay Caveman basketball.
But Lovington has made one of 3 attempts, and Carlsbad also one of 3.
So it'll be Orgain looking to inbound it. He'll toss it into Sullivan at the right elbow. Sullivan works against Casadas. Weaves. Puts up a little floater, no good, and off the tip, it'll come into the hands of Cardenas. Lovington brings it back to JoJo, coast to coast, and he misses it point blank, but Cale is there playing trailer, gets the rebound and the putback.
Nice work again.
And the early 4-2 lead for the Wildcats as the Cavemen break the press. Orgain to the front court. He'll take it to the right baseline, drives in. He'll go all the way through before he runs into Rivero. Toss it out to Sullivan. Top of the arc. 3 ball on the way, no good. And it'll be Perez with the rebound, but they are going to call the foul on Lovington on the rebound. It'll stay Carlsbad basketball.
Wow,
as that happened away from the ball. They're going to put the push on Elijah. Rivero's first team foul on the Cats. But then it doesn't go in the books as a turnover, but it acts like one because they got the rebound. Inbound will come to Huerta. Or pardon me, that's Chavarria. He'll get a screen from Sullivan. Cardenas giving him a little bit of room. Chavarria now, he'll hand it over to Huerta. Huerta to the left elbow to Sullivan. Top of the arc, thinks about the 3. Casadas gets to him. Sullivan to Sullivan.
Nice defense by Lovington here.
So far playing very tight. to Orgain. Rivero on him.
Oh.
Almost losing it. 5 minutes to go, first quarter, 4-2 Lovington in the lead. Chavarria to the left elbow, takes it to the left block, uses up the dribble, needs some help. Throws the fastball across to Sullivan, drives the right baseline, puts up the shot, no good, and he's fouled.
Yep.
He'll head to the line for 2. I think they're going to get Kale on that one. Casadas was in the neighborhood, and it will be on Covington, his first personal. Second team foul on the Wildcats.
Carlsbad has had 6 looks at the basket. They've only made 1 of them.
But now they get a look at it from the charity stripe as Sullivan to the line. That's Shane Sullivan.
Lovington has had 5 looks at the basket. They've made 2 of them.
First one is up, and it is good. So now 4-3. Lovington leads by 1. 4:50 to go. Sullivan makes the first. He'll eye the second. Trying to tie this one up from the charity stripe. Sullivan's second is up and gets the bounce and the roll, and that one will go through, and we are tied at 4 apiece. Throw the fastball down to Cardenas, underhanded, trying to get it to Covington. Kale not ready for it, but Rivera will track it down on the far sideline. Hands it off in front of the student section to Dallas. Cardenas needs some help. Covington will come out as Orgain will pick him up quickly. Kale goes behind the back. Orgain stays on him tight. Coming to Perez. Now to Casadas, left side. Drives the baseline, tosses to Rivero. Around to Perez, but Huerta picks him up quickly. 4 all with 4:20 to go. Casadas pushing it into the free throw line with Covington. Covington against the Sullivan brothers.
Muscle.
He'll turn around, put it up, count the bucket and the foul.
Nice muscle by him, too. He just did not give at all. Once he had the ball, turnaround jumper, lots of confidence, and that's how you score the points and draw the foul.
They'll call that on Brandon Sullivan. That'll be his first personal, first team foul, and Kale to the line for the and 1. 3 the old-fashioned way, if you will. Kale puts it up, and that one too hard off the mark, and it'll be Orgain with the rebound. So 6-4, Lovington in the lead right at the halfway mark of this first period. Chavarria crosses the timeline, uses up the dribble. He'll sidearm sling it to Sullivan in front of the Stray Cats. Now right back to Chavarria. He'll get a little pick set up by Sullivan. Chavarria looking for some room. Lovington not biting it. And coming all the way through will be Sullivan. That's Brandon Sullivan, and he is up and in good. And we are tied again at 6. A little backcourt pressure as Perez tosses over, and then that one's going to get knocked into the stands as Huerta leaping up to keep that one from getting to Rivero in the deep corner. Subs coming in for the Cavemen as Cornum and Mills check in. As checking out will be Chavarria and Sullivan. Off the inbound, Covington with it. Uses up the dribble, needs some help. He'll push it back out between the rings. Now over to Danny Criswell, who just checked in. Seeing action, bounce it in, trying to get it to Covington. Goes through the 5-hole. Kale losing it. It'll be loose on the floor, and it'll be a jump ball and Carlsbad basketball. First turnover for either team.
Really a clean play so far. Just back and forth, back and forth. A lot of missed shots, though.
All tied at 6. Sullivan from Orgain, back to Sullivan. To Orgain again in front of Coach John Zumbrin on the Carlsbad bench. Orgain to Sullivan. He'll just put on the Jets and go onto the right lane. Shot no good. And Covington will have his 4th board of the ball game. Kale keeps it himself. Pushes forward to Rivero. Rivero tries to split 2 Cavemen instead. The Cavemen will wind up with the basketball, but then Lovington will poke it out from behind. Good hustle coming from behind by Criswell.
Now team trades turnovers.
Tossing it to Criswell in front of the student section. He almost loses the basketball, and he will by Cornum. 3rd turnover for the Wildcats. So back down come the Cavemen to the top of the arc. 3 ball on the way. That one up by De Leon, no good. Rebound and a long one by Casadas. Casadas to Perez. Perez will take it to the right side, and they will call the charge on JoJo, as I don't know how De Leon got the feet set, but he did.
Yep, he did. He took about half a second to do it, but he was there and he did get it. So
4th turnover for the Wildcats. We're tied at 6 with 2.5 minutes to go here in this first quarter of play. Sullivan looks to inbound it. He will to Orgain under some pressure. Back to Sullivan to Orgain. Toss it forward. Cornum bobbles it just a little bit. Now gets it back to Sullivan. Turns on the Jets. Working it around. Orgain from the right of the arc, and he will drop the tray.
Wow.
So now a 9-6 ball game, and on turnover on the inbound and up, and that one's good by Willis, and back-to-back trays as Carlsbad, and they will pull another turnover. Orgain will drive in on Casadas, and Casadas fouls him. He'll go to the line for 2. This might not be a bad timeout for a timeout, Casey.
Yeah, just to kind of cool things down just a little bit, because Carlsbad's got all the momentum, and Lovington's frustrated.
And he will take the timeout. 2:05 to go in the first. It is 12-6 in favor of the Cavemen. We're back in 30 on Lovington Sports YouTube.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Back here at Wildcat Gym after the Lovington timeout, and a quick flashing 6 and maybe getting ready to be an 8-point run by Carlsbad. Coach Casey Pack takes the timeout to try and calm things down as Orgain goes to the line. And he'll put up the first, and he will get the roll, and it is good. Now 13-6, and it was 10 seconds ago, it was tied at 6.
Yeah, amazing. Carlsbad has turned on the Jets, and they've taken a lot more shots. They've missed more than they've made. They're shooting 5 of 13 attempts, not including free throws, but still, Lovington is shooting 3 of 7.
Second shot on the way for Orgain, and nothing but the bottom of the net. And all of a sudden, it's 14-6.
And as you can tell by only 7 looks at the basket for Lovington, Carlsbad has
they forced 6 turnovers, and now they're in full court pressure. To Cardenas, looking for a little help. Gets it forward to Gonzalez just as the 10 count gets ready to expire. Donovan will hand it off to Covington. Covington working against Cornum. Now over to Cardenas as Dallas will slice out around Mills. Come back to Perez now. Over to Covington, who loses the basketball off of his foot. And if it could go wrong for Lovington right now, it is. 7 turnovers for the Wildcats.
And a quick turnaround by Lovington. They flipped the script on Lovington within a minute of play.
So now it'll be Dryden Priest checking into the ball game. He'll pull the trigger on the inbound. Priest to Chavarria, back to Priest. Lovington with the backcourt pressure now with 95 seconds remaining here in the half. To Mills, he'll weave through traffic, take it out across the big cat, working from the right to the left. Under 90 to play, leave it for Cornum. Cornum will take it from the left to the right. Gonzalez giving him a little bit of room. And then a 3-ball on the way for Chavarria. That one no good. And Micah Pondo touching it last as he battles with De Leon underneath. And it'll stay Caveman basketball.
Yeah, Lovington, had the upper hand in this one for the first half of this quarter.
Mills inbounds it to Chavarria, pushing it back to Mills. Top of the arc, thinks about the 3, but Pondo gets to him quickly to disrupt the timing. He'll back it out between the rings near the big cat. Now hand it off to Cornum. Cornum pulls up at the free throw line, now into the corner. 3-ball on the way. It's an air ball and into the hands of Cale Covington as Cale will bring it back down right under a minute to play here in the first. A little bit of pressure as Cale will spin it across the timeline right in front of the scorer's table. Mills will work on him. Cale pushes over to Perez. Perez works against Cornum. 42 seconds to go. To Dallas, now over to Donovan. Gomez back near side, gets it to Perez. Perez to Pondo, no look pass as Cardenas, and he'll get the charge on Cardenas as that's the second charge that De Leon has picked up. 8th turnover for the Wildcats. And whistle that one on Cardenas.
Yeah, some players have that talent, getting right quickly, getting right in front of whoever has the ball, getting their feet set. And
full court pressure is on for the Wildcats. Chavarria crosses the timeline, takes it, tossing it over into the right side for Mills. Perez picks him up quickly. As Mills looks for some room, tossing back to Chavarria with 12 seconds to go. Dallas on him tight. Cardenas gives him a second to back off. He'll get a pick set by De Leon to the left block. Needs a little room. He'll lean in on it. Shot up, no good. Fight for the rebound at the buzzer. It is up and in by Priest, who gets the rebound and the putback. And the shot is good. We have played a quarter. It is Carlsbad 16, Lovington 6. We're back in a minute as Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
It's me, Sammy Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes, your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Tell Sammy Sludge you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
A 12-0 run for the Cavemen. Give them the 16-6 lead at the end of the first quarter. Welcome back to Wildcat Gym. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan. Wildcat basketball as we get underway. For the second, it's Perez to the front court, uses up the dribble, gives it to Covington just outside the free throw line. Cale with Sullivan on him, has to back it up. Now he'll use up the dribble. They got 3 guys on him. Over to Rivero. Rivero comes near side to Perez. Perez to Cardenas. Cardenas in front of the Carlsbad bench. Little shake and bake, a little head move. And he'll toss it over to Perez. Perez far side to Rivero. Push it into Cale at the free throw line. Now to Perez. Deep right corner. He'll take it on the baseline. Little 10-foot floater is up and in for JoJo.
Yeah, excellent. And that's just the 4th basket out of 9 attempts that Lovington has made. Carlsbad's been kind of keeping them away from the basket.
Lovington cuts it under a double-digit lead as into the front court comes Chavarria. Chavarria pushing it high, getting it over to Orgain. Orgain takes it to the right baseline. He'll put up a 12-footer, in and out, no good. But then off of the tip, he'll push it out to Chavarria, his second board of the ball game. Chavarria will back it up. Carlsbad can be content just to take as much time as they want. They lead by 8. 6:45 to go, first half. Chavarria in front of the Stray Cats will hand it off to Huerta. Huerta to Sullivan. Ooh, almost pops his buddy in the face. And he will come near side. That's Priest who stays on the floor. Got the bucket right at the buzzer. Now to Orgain. 3-pointer up and no good. And the rebound by Covington. That'll be his 6th. Cale will leave it off as Perez up the far sideline will bring it into the front court. Pushing around to Covington. Cale just going to stand there. Now he'll go on against Sullivan. Turnaround jumper from the free throw line. Up and in for Cale. He's got 8 points.
Two attempts, 2 makes for Lovington so far in this quarter. 2 attempts, 2 misses for Carlsbad.
Now to a 6-point lead. Orgain to the front court. Tosses over to the deep left corner for Chavarria. Chavarria's Dallas gets to him quickly. Goes to the left baseline, and then he will step on the base. That's just the second turnover for Carlsbad, but let's see if Lovington can capitalize on it. And Coach Casey Pack wants another quick timeout. We'll just leave it right here. So Casey uses his second 30 with 5:54 remaining first half. 16-10, Carlsbad in the lead. She's Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us. Of course, a big thanks to all of our great sponsors who make Lovington Wildcat Sports possible here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. You hear the ads, you see them there on the bottom of your screen if you are watching. And we couldn't do this without them. It's because of those great folks that we never have to charge you or beg you for money. Unfortunately, too many places do that. We don't agree with it. We've got those great sponsors, so we don't think we should be charging you to watch your kids and your teams play, but it's because of those great sponsors. So whenever you are shopping, shop locally and shop with those great folks for whatever you need. Out of the Lovington timeout, it'll be Wildcat basketball. Down by at least 2 possessions, as you've got Pondo, Perez, Rivero, Covington, Cardenas on the floor to Cale. Spin through the lane, put it up, count the bucket and the foul.
Nice, a chance to make 3 the old-fashioned way. That was a beautiful spin move by Cale. Up and in, so assured. And they called that on number 34, Sullivan.
Actually
22, Sullivan.
There's
Shane,
2 Sullivans.
Yeah, I knew it was Sullivan, but Shane, not Brandon.
So it will be Covington back to the line. He's got 10 points. Missed one from the stripe earlier, but a chance to redeem himself here and get this down to just a 3-point lead. Cale puts that one up, and nothing but the bottom of the net. So now Lovington, just like that, back to within 3. Full court pressure is on as Chavarria will pop that one off of Covington.
Well, Lovington has had 3 looks at the basket here in this second quarter, and they've made all 3.
Inbound to Chavarria, and he'll have to toss it over, and Rivero flashes out of nowhere trying to pick that one off. Will swat it out. So it'll be Sullivan to inbound it again, left of his own bucket.
Yeah, I like the hustle. I like the hustle.
5.5 to go first half, and they'll bounce that one off Covington again. Cale kind of trying to shimmy and shake that one down the baseline to get to it. Inbound to Chavarria. He'll break the press, push it forward to Orgain. Orgain, though, loses it right in front of Casey. Now he'll pull the trigger as Dallas flashes past him, and Cardenas will have his second rebound. To the front court with Perez. Perez backs it between the rings, pushes it over to Covington. Covington to Cardenas. Dallas to Perez, thinks about the 3, trying to toss it into the corner and tipped over. Nice job by Covington and a good hustle and a good heads-up play by Rivero to catch it over in that deep right corner. Elijah, no look pass, throw it over. Cardenas, left corner for 3, and that one is off the mark. Covington, though, rips the rebound away and puts it up and in.
Beautiful. 4 for 4 shooting for Lovington here in this second quarter.
Full court press back on. Lovington now trails by 1. At one point, they were down by 10. 4:49 remaining here in the first half. To Sullivan, and a 10-second violation as Lovington's pressure giving the Cavemen a little bit of trouble as Coach John Zumbrin. I thought he was going to take a timeout. He did not. He's barking at one of the officials on the near side.
I think he thinks that 10-second call was a second or two too quickly, but I think it was right on as Carlsbad just was trapped in the backcourt by good defensive pressure by Lovington.
Throw it in as Pondo will have it, gives it off to Covington. Now back to Pondo, top of the arc, and bang! Micah Pondo, Trabian, and Lovington retakes the lead, now 18-16. As they've gone on a 12-0 run.
Yeah, 5 for 5 shooting here in the second.
Orgain will hand it off to Sullivan. Hippity hop, and they will call the travel. As all of a sudden Carlsbad could do no wrong at the end of the first. Now all of a sudden they can seemingly do no right. And Lovington has retaken the lead, 18-16.
Yeah, Carlsbad's only had 3 looks at the basket in this quarter.
As Orgain is arguing with the official, and Coach Zumbrin is too. Casadas back on the floor for the Wildcats. Perez to Covington to Casadas as Huerta picks him up. Covington tossing over to Pondo, left wing for 3, and bang!
2 back-to-back trays, 3 balls by
You wake up Micah Pondo. It can become a very long night real quick.
Very nice.
4:02 remaining here in the first half. 30-second timeout by Coach John Zumbrin. We'll be back in 30 here on Lovington Sports YouTube.
Is your team safety training ready to go on location? If you need SafeLand, CPR, and H2S training, Cannon Safety is who you need. They'll get you squared away with NCCE ROQs and pipeline training. Cannon Safety has a variety of PW, Honeywell, H2S, and multi-gas personal monitors starting at $99. Nothing is more important than your company's safety. Don't waste any more time. Get a Cannon Safety professional on the job today. Google Cannon Safety Hobbs or call 575-738-0001.
A 15-0 run to start the second quarter have seen the Wildcats retake the lead in this one by a score of 21-16. With Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Chavarria will get the inbound, toss it back to Sullivan. Comes back near side to Chavarria as Lovington will back off. Let him cross the timeline. Just under 4 to play here as Chavarria will drive in. He is blocked by Covington, and it'll go right into the hands of Casadas, who gets it poked away from behind by Orgain. It'll go into the Wildcat bench, but it'll stay Wildcat basketball.
Wow, and Lovington with 6 straight baskets, and Carlsbad with only 3 looks and 3 misses in this quarter. They're getting far outscored by Lovington.
Lovington has forced 3 turnovers, make that 4 turnovers here in this second quarter already. And they're up by 5, but you don't want to let up. Keep your foot on the gas. Perez works against Cornum into the front court. He'll hand it to Rivero, now over to Cale. Covington back to Rivero. Rivero tossing it over. Bad pass. That'll be the 9th turnover for the Wildcats as they will drop back in D. Crossing the timeline will be Orgain. He directs traffic from in front of the Wildcat student section. Covington giving him a little bit of space as he'll back it up between the rings with 3:15 remaining here in the first half. Javita to Sullivan, right baseline. Sullivan leans it up and in. Sullivan with 4 points in the ball game, and that stops the bleeding after a 15-0 run. 21-18, Cats in the lead. Casadas takes it, little fake, he'll put it up and count the bucket and the foul.
Nice moves by Casadas, a little floater as he went up, and beautiful move, and an assist from him. I couldn't see who was in the corner who fed that to him. Was that Perez?
I think it was. They're going to get that one on Mario De Leon. He tried to get his third charge. Instead, he'll pick up the block, and Casadas will head to the line for the and one.
And Lovington has not missed a look at the basket that they've taken in this second quarter.
So Casadas going to head to the line.
That does not count free throws, of course, by either team when I talk about misses and makes.
So for Casadas, short arms that one, and it'll come into the hands of Shane Sullivan.
Covington almost got it.
That'll be his second rebound. Sullivan will leave it off for Mills. Mills works it between the bench and the scorer's table. Casadas on him. JoJo almost picks that one off, intended for Cornum.
Yep.
And they'll have the push from behind by Rivero as he bumped into Orgain. Second on Elijah. First team foul in the quarter on the Wildcats.
Well, Perez does lead Lovington in steals at 3.7 average per game. Just didn't get that one.
So it'll be Malik Mills to inbound it from left of his own bucket. Gets it into Orgain in front of the Stray Cats. I'm assuming that's what they're still calling the pep band. I haven't heard different, so I'm going with it. To Mills, gets a pick. And set up by De Leon. But Lovington doing a nice job going around it. Casadas stays right on him. Mills will direct traffic. Looking for some room to go with 2:20 remaining here in the first half. Lovington up 23-18. Orgain between the rings. Now he'll take it at the free throw line, tossing it to Sullivan. Right corner, three on the way. That one is off the mark. It'll be Cornum with the rebound, and then we'll have an offensive foul. Or did he step on the sideline?
I think he
stepped on the sideline.
Out of bounds.
That'll be the sixth turnover on Carlsbad. So Lovington catches a break there with 2:08 remaining in the half. Inbound comes in to Perez. Cornum on him very tight. JoJo uses up the dribble back to Casadas. He'll throw the fastball in, but unfortunately right into the hands of the Cavemen. Orgain goes gliding through the lane and then up and in. 9 points. Kieran Orgain. And now it is 23-20. Full court press is on. Ball loose on the court. And diving down for it is Perez, and he touches it last. That'll be turnover number 11 for the Wildcats.
Well, all of a sudden, Tanner Cornum, very, very tight and athletic, and just all over defensively, all over Lovington here.
So it'll be Malik Mills to inbound at Mills or gain. Sullivan. Priest on the floor. Pardon me, that's not Priest, that's Moyers seeing his first action. And Cornum. It'll be Orgain with 90 seconds remaining, a 3-point Wildcat lead. But it is Carlsbad basketball as Sullivan losing it off of his foot. And, they're going to say Cale got the knee on it. I could have sworn it came off the foot of Sullivan after Cale got it, but not the way the man in stripes saw it. So give it back to the Cavemen. Mills looks to inbound it. 3, 3.5, 4.5, 83 and a third. And, 5-second violation. Give it back to the Wildcats. 7th turnover for the Cavemen.
Yeah, Carlsbad had a 10-second backcourt violation and now a 5-second sideline violation. So, wow.
Full court press will be on for the Cavemen, and they will intercept the inbound. That'll be Orgain. You got to move around when they're in that way. You've got to find some room. Lovington didn't do it that time. Orgain glides through the lane again, and he's fouled. He'll head to the line for 2.
And you saw that coming as his little hook. I don't know how much of a chance that had of making it, but you just knew he was trying to draw the foul as he flew through the lane, and he did.
They're going to get Micah Bondo for his first personal second team foul. And Orgain back to the line where he is 2 of 2. He's got 9 points in the game, and he will put up the first and misses it. So our score is still 23-20, 1:17 to go here in the first half. Lovington in the lead.
Carlsbad with 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter, not counting free throws.
Second shot on the way, and that one will rattle home and gets Carlsbad back to within a bucket. Full court pressure is on once again. JoJo looking for some room, a little spin move, gets it to Cardenas. Dallas into the right corner. Pondo for 3. That one is off the mark. Covington will rip down another rebound, his 8th. Cale will reset it with 1:02 to go. here in the first half. A 2-point Wildcat lead against a tough Caveman squad.
Nice offensive rebound there by Kale.
And they'll work it into the corner to Casadas. Sullivan picks him up quickly to Kale. He'll drive in and count the bucket and the foul.
Great moves right there.
Kale leaned in and got the bucket and drew the foul, as they are going to call that one on number 21. That'll be Jonah Moyers, his first personal, third team foul. And Covington with an opportunity to put another one down, and he will do so. So now 26-21, 5-point Wildcat lead. Full court press is on as they will trap up and they will tie up or gain, and it'll be Carlsbad basketball.
Nice work by Cardenas. Always so athletic and got his hand on the ball, fought for it, even down on the floor. So, yep, it's going to be Sullivan. That's Shane Sullivan to inbound.
Sullivan will push it in. He'll get it into Cornum, who gets it right back. JoJo stays on him. 42 seconds remaining. 5-point Lovington lead. Over to Orgain, working against Cardenas. Gets it across the timeline on the far sideline. Backs it up, pushes near side to Cornum. Casadas giving him a little bit of room. Cornum going to have to take the dribble. Almost loses it. Now he will get swatted by Kale. Kale thought he got it clean.
Nope.
Man in stripes was right there on top of him, though.
Said he got his hand, he got not just ball, but got hand as well.
Second personal on Covington. Just the third team foul on the Wildcats.
5-point lead by the Cats just before the half. 24.5 seconds left to play.
Coach Casey still barking at one of the officials. And on the inbound, Mills gets it to Orgain back near the half-court stripe with 20 seconds to go. A 5-point Wildcat lead. Warriors will set the screen, then get it right back. Now they go into the corner for Mills. Right side for three. That one off the mark. Covington with 9 rebounds. He's a rebound shy of a double-double in the first half.
Great
to
rebound.
Pondo, to Casadas with 5. To Kale, top of the arc for 3. That one is off the mark, and from the tip, Sullivan with the rebound and tosses it all the way across the court. But we have played a half, and the Lovington Wildcats lead this one 26-21. We've got a good one for you here at Wildcat Gym. We'll be back with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show right after this as Wildcat basketball continues in just a moment.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Back here at Wildcat Gym, this is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, and trust me, my friends, you will, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Lovington Auto Supply in Napa, get up and go. And a tale of 2 quarters in the first half, Don Morgan, as the Wildcats storm back in the second quarter to take a 26-21 lead.
Yeah, you can tell, in the first quarter, Carlsbad had 15 looks at the basket. They made 6 of those. In the second quarter, Carlsbad had 8 looks at the basket. They made 2 of them. So they shot 8 of 23 in the first half. Those are not counting free throws. Lovington, it was flipped. Lovington had 8 looks at the basket in the first quarter. They made 3 of them. They had 18 looks at the basket in the, or they had 10 looks at the basket in the second quarter. They made 8 of 10 for 13 of 18 shooting so far in the first half in this game.
And taking a look at the scoring in the first half, Karen Orgain with 10 points leads the way for the Cavemen, and he's really been all of their offense. 3 points for Malik Mills, a bucket for Dryden Priest, a bucket for Shane Sullivan, and a bucket for Brandon Sullivan. Let's see, Shane Sullivan leads with 3 rebounds, but only 8 rebounds as a team for Carlsbad in that first half. They do pretty well from the free throw line. They go 5 of 6 from the charity stripe, 7 turnovers, 16 points in the first, but only 5 in the second. Turning the page for the Wildcats, well, while it's been the Kyron Orgain show for the Cavemen, it's been the Cale Covington show for Lovington. 16 points and 9 boards for Cale in the first half. He is a rebound shy of a double-double after just 16 minutes of play. Micah Pondo next on the list. He's got 6 points. Couple of 3 balls from him, but then it drops off. Casadas with a bucket and JoJo Perez with a bucket. That's it. Lovington goes 2 of 4 from the free throw line in the first half. Had 12 rebounds as a team. They're winning that category, but they had 12 turnovers as well, something to work on. 6 points in the first, all of them out of Covington, but then they ignited for 20 in the second to take the lead, 26-21.
With that offensive production by Cale Covington and his rebounding, you know that a lot of the halftime talk in the Carlsbad locker room is all about containing Cale Covington, trying to get him to create fouls, trying to keep him from getting rebounds, especially offensive rebounds, which he has been good at in the first half, and trying to keep a hand in his face and keep him from scoring, because it has been, of course, we talked about it before the game. He can't do this alone, and it is teamwork and good teamwork, and they've got that going on in the first half. But without his offensive production and rebounds, Lovington would not be where they are in this game, which is 26-21, up by 5, but that's not enough against a very good Carlsbad team who can make that disappear in a minute.
Well, they certainly can, and Carlsbad had a 10-point swing just like that, the drop of a hat right at the very end of the first quarter, so definitely they are capable of it. You know, that sounded an awful lot, Dawn Morgan, like a Lovington Auto Supply Napa know-how key to the second half, and so I think we will go with that. Of course, Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa know-how. If you're the Cats, you have to keep your foot on the gas. Now, Carlsbad is going to pick up the intensity. I think you're absolutely right. Coach John Zumbrin, we've been watching him for years. First as the Cavegirls coach, and now as the Cavemen coach.
Right.
And he can pick up the intensity, and he can get very physical. That's something that this Lovington squad sometimes has a little trouble with, is when a team gets physical, they get close, they kind of get a little personal sometimes, and sometimes Lovington has a little trouble adjusting to that. We saw they tried to go into the full court press, and they were at least partially effective with it late in that first half. They forced some turnovers and were not able to capitalize on it, but possession time is going to be key for Carlsbad, so I think they're going to ratchet up the pressure in every way imaginable, and Lovington can't let it get to them.
No, they cannot get rattled, and they can't get emotional. If they do get emotional, they've got to channel that back into energy, positive energy, back into the game. Easier said than done, and I think Carlsbad's going to try to do just that, because teams that a lot of times, if you're losing on the board in terms of points, well, then you start trying to be more aggressive, more physical, and rattle the other team and just try to win the physical battle and try to gain the upper hand that way. We see that a lot, especially in teams from southeast New Mexico against teams like Hobbs and Lovington, who are more finesse teams and working on quickness, on shooting, and so forth, and less on physicality.
So we'll see what happens when we come back for the second half of action. The Wildcats storming back in the second quarter to take the 26-21 lead over the Carlsbad Cavemen. This has been your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How Halftime Show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, be sure you get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Lovington Auto Supply and Napa, get up and go. And we go to the second half right after this as Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Your way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
It's me, Sammy Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes, your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside, causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Tell Sammy Sludge you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
Attention oil patch companies. Is your team safety training ready to go on location? If you need safe land, CPR, and H2S training, Cannon Safety is who you need. They'll get you squared away with NCCE ROQs and pipeline training. Cannon Safety has a variety of BW, Honeywell, H2S, and multi-gas personal monitors starting at $99. Nothing is more important than your company's safety. Don't waste any more time. Get a Cannon Safety professional on the job today. Google Cannon Safety Hobbs or call 575-738-0001.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Back here at Wildcat Gym, getting ready for the start of the second half of this non-district matchup.
Wow, Lovington stayed out in the locker room for a very long time.
Well, I would imagine probably Coach Casey packed on them, boys. You've got to keep your foot on the gas. It'll be the starters on the floor for your Wildcats: Rivero, Cardenas, Perez, Covington, and Casares. As it'll be Huerta who picks up JoJo as he will cross the timeline, hands it off to Rivero. Rivero bouncing it to Cale, top of the arc. Flip it into the corner for Casares, bouncing. Now back over to Cale. Left block, a little leaner, no good. Gets his 10th rebound and his 18th point. Double-double in the books for Cale.
Beautiful.
And the Wildcats strike first here in the second.
Yeah, really nice body, just assuredness of exactly where he was and where his opponents were, and he was so clean on that.
Chavarria will take it into the front court, hand it to Sullivan. Sullivan thought he was going to hand it off, but nobody there, and then it'll be a save by Rivero into the hands of Cardenas. 8th turnover for the Cavemen. Lovington up 28-21, 45 seconds gone here in the third. JoJo working against Huerta. Hands it off to Rivero. Now they'll flip it out in front of the Stray Cats. That's to Cardenas, bounce it in to Covington, left baseline, tossing it out, and that one is almost knocked away, but it'll be Cardenas who, instead of taking the shot himself, will sling it into the corner. Nobody home, and the teams trade turnovers.
He was stumbling forward. I think he was a little bit out of position, really didn't feel like he could take that shot with a surety.
So it'll be men, as you've got Sullivan, Chavarria, Huerta, and Orgain on the floor for Carlsbad. 28-21, 7-point Wildcat lead. Chavarria to the front court. Picks up the dribble, needs a little help. Will give it to Huerta. Perez stays on him. Huerta cycles it back between the rings. Now over to Orgain. Push it into Sullivan. Casares on him down to the left corner. They'll work it around. Huerta thought about the three, but Dallas got to him quickly. Cardenas stalking. As now they'll just toss it over, trying to work it to Sullivan. He'll take it to the right block. Spins, tries to go over Casares, and he will. Sullivan with his 4th point of the ball game.
Banked it off the glass and in.
And almost stolen away. It'll come to Casares. Needs a little help. He'll fire to Covington. And now Carlsbad Well, I thought they were going to drop back. Instead, Huerta stays on, dump it in.
Ooh.
Now to Casares, right corner for three. That one is off the mark. And from the tip, as Elijah going to let that one just go out of bounds as Carlsbad tipping it. As Huerta thinking that Chavarria was going to crash the corner, did not. So it'll stay Lovington basketball.
Yeah, good heads-up play by Lovington there.
Inbound comes to Perez, and he gets popped from behind by Huerta, but no call. Ball goes out. It stays Lovington basketball.
Elijah will inbound in front of the Lovington bench.
Yes, he will. He'll toss it into Covington, back near the timeline, near side. Gale with Huerta on him. Toss it over to Cardenas in front of the student section on the far side. Gets the pick from Casares into the left elbow. 15-footer up, no good, and the rebound going to be made by Chavarria. That'll be his third. He'll run it back down the other way. Toss it to Orgain. Hippity hop through the lane, loses the handle on it, but right into the hands of Shane Sullivan, who gets back-to-back buckets. Now just a 3-point Wildcat lead, 5.5 remaining here in the third. To Perez, push it over to Cardenas. Cardenas going to wait for reinforcements. Tossing to Covington through the right side of the lane. Shot up, no good. Gets his own rebound. The putback won't fall. And then Casares, his rebound won't fall. And finally, it'll be Brandon Sullivan who will come away with it.
3 looks at the basket, nothing for Lovington.
Back down come the Cavemen with a chance to tie it on this possession. Huerta picks up the dribble, tossing it over to Sullivan on the right side. Sullivan to Chavarria, then he'll set the screen and knocked away and into the hands of Covington. Covington to a breaking Perez. Perez up and no good, but he's fouled from behind by Huerta. His first personal, first team foul, and it'll put Perez at the line to shoot 2.
But that's 5 straight missed baskets for Lovington, as now they're kind of back to looking like they were in the very beginning of this game.
You'd like to just keep your foot on the gas.
Yeah, because they still have a 3-point lead and could increase it here with Perez at the line.
Yes, they could. Perez 2 points in the ball game. Eyes the first. Puts it up and nothing but the bottom of the net.
Beautiful.
29-25, 4-point lead for the Cats, who at one point down by 10 have flipped the script. So Perez toes the line, eyes the second, skies it, and gets them both. So now 30-25, back to a 5-point Wildcat lead. Now they're going to put on the trap pressure. Sullivan to Chavarria in front of the Stray Cats. Picks up the dribble, needs some help. He'll throw the desperation pass. Huerta with it. He'll split through the lane, left side, puts up the shot, no good. And the rebound is going to be brought down by Sullivan, and he can't get it to go back in, and it'll fly out of bounds, and it'll be Lovington basketball.
Yeah, ball almost swatted away by Covington there before Lovington got it back.
And Tanner Cornum will check into the ball game for the Cavemen. As down playing bird dog is Brandon Sullivan. He is lobbying one of the refs down there pretty hard. Well, the inbound Casares to Cardenas to Rivera. Wide open right. Basin
Nice.
up and in for Elijah.
Beautiful give and go and a nice assist there.
Now Lovington puts on the pressure as Sullivan. That's Shane Sullivan. He'll flash through and he'll put up a shot. No good. And it'll be the 13th rebound for Covington. Covington adding to the board totals. Bouncing into the corner for Casares. They're going to try and trap him up over there with Orgain and with Sullivan, and they will, and they'll force the turnover. 14th tee for Lovington as Sullivan back up will put up the shot. It'll count the bucket and the foul. Rivero could not get the feet set. Sullivan now with 8 points in the ball game, and he'll go to the line for the and one as Rivero picks up his third personal.
2.
And so Casares actually going to check out.
2 of 8 shooting for Lovington here in the third quarter. 2 of 5 shooting for Carlsbad.
Micah Pondo into the ball game. Sullivan at the line where he is a perfect 2 of 2. Brandon Sullivan checks out for the Cavemen. De Leon back in, and now 3 of 3 from the line is Sullivan. 32-28 to Cardenas, deep right corner. Chavarria picks him up quickly. He'll back it back out. Give it to Perez. Under halfway to play here in the third to Covington. He works against Orgain. Picks up the dribble to Pondo. NBA 3 top of the arc. That one is off the mark, and De Leon will have his first rebound of the ball game. As Lovington will drop back in defense with 3:40 remaining in the third. A 4-point Cat lead. 32-28. Chavarria picks up the dribble, and Coach John Zumbrin going to have to take the timeout as nobody home. 3:34 remaining here in the third. We'll just keep it right here Say a big thank you to all of our great sponsors. You see them there at the bottom of your screen. You hear their ads. So remember, support those businesses that support your kids. It's because of those great folks that we never will charge you to watch your kids and your teams play. Never beg you for donations. Get a little bit frustrated sometimes with some other organizations that do go solicit sponsorship and then still charge you $20 a game, Albuquerque Public Schools, and we'll just leave it at that right there. And some other organizations who will beg you for donations, we don't do that either. It's because of those great sponsors, so be sure that you thank them with your business and your patronage, whatever you need, for supporting Lovington Wildcat Athletics.
Got to correct my stats there. 3 of 6 shooting for Carlsbad in this third quarter.
32-28, Wildcats in the lead, 3:30 remaining here in the third.
And that's from the floor, not the free throw line.
Orgain will get it to Cornum. Cornum back to Sullivan, top of the arc. He works against Covington. A little spin move in the right block. Puts up a shot, no good, but he's fouled.
Yep.
They're going to get Cale for that one. Yep. They're going to call the push on Covington. The arm was moving. Cale not liking it, but
I think that was
from
fair
here, I
this
think
time.
that one was fair. So Sullivan back to the line where he is a perfect 3 of 3. And Sullivan now with 11 points in the game. He leads the way for the Cavemen.
3:22 left to play in this third quarter, and Lovington up by 4. Make
And
it
gets
3.
it. Yeah, he is perfect from the line. Perfect 4 of 4.
So if you're going to foul somebody, he's probably not the caveman that you want to foul.
As Peyton Hernandez will check in for the Wildcats, you got Pondo and Covington up front for Lovington. Second on the way for Sullivan is up, and it is good as Carlsbad chipping away. Have now got it to within a bucket as Sullivan will check out. Dryden Priest will check in. Pondo will toss the fastball into Covington, and we'll have a push away from the basketball. An offensive foul going to get called on Covington as he was trying to get a little space.
Okay.
And so that'll be a turnover, too. That'll be the 4th personal on Cale. He's going to have to sit, and that's the 15th turnover on Lovington.
Yeah, that's drawing some boos from Lovington, and Coach Pack not happy about that either.
Coach Pack is contrasting nicely with his sweater. Blue sweater and the red face. Not sure that's what he wants. And now he's got Covington out there with 4 fouls. You got to think they're going to go right at him. Cale's got to be careful. Swats at it. Rivero almost gets it. It'll be Priest who comes up with it, but then it'll be Hernandez who will just take it away. 10th turnover for the Cavemen. Can Lovington capitalize?
Got to try to make points off of this turnover.
Yes, you do. To Hernandez in front of the pep band. Cycles it back out with Mills on him tight. Needs a little help. Now he'll just wame it through and give it to a backdoor cutting. Rivero up and in. Elijah with 4 points in the ball game.
Nice work.
And they used Covington kind of as a decoy that time. They sent him one way and it let Rivero come through the back door. Priest to De Leon. Covington out there with 4 fouls and just a 4-point Lovington lead. Orgain puts up the shot, no good, and Covington will have his 14th board. Push it forward to Pondo, thinks about the 3. Instead, he'll give it to Hernandez, who almost loses the basketball. He'll underhand it to Perez in the deep right corner. Perez from the right baseline, tossing to Hernandez, bounce it to Covington, left base, and he gets hammered from behind by Cornum. That'll be his first personal. Second team foul on the Cavemen, and Covington heads to the line for 2. I don't like Casey leaving him out there with 4 personals, but he's got 18 points in the game. He has been the biggest Caveman killer of them all.
And maybe he left it up to Cale. Maybe he's asking, do you think he can, play
First
clean
one is up for
no?
Covington, and no good. Of course, he's down.
Unusual.
Normally he would put Valente Herrera in, but Herrera out injured.
So I think, Coach Pack doesn't have a lot of choice here. That's a rare miss as Covington
Second
leads.
one is up for Cale, and that one no good either as Orgain will make the rebound, his second.
He's got a 61% field goal shooting average.
And that one's going to be a whoopsie-doo and into the hands of Lovington as back down come the Wildcats off the Caveman turnover, and then Cale pushes it into the third row of the stands. The teams trade turnovers, give it back to the Cavemen. 34-30, a 4-point Wildcat lead as timeout going to be taken by Coach Casey Pack. 1:50 to go here in the third. Lovington 34, Carlsbad 30. We'll be back as Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Wildcat fans, are you ready for the battle? Battle Energy is ready to take the court with the Cats. For all your BOP nipple ups and BOP testing, call Battle Energy. Battle Energy is also providing safety training, no matter where you need it. Battle does on-site or mobile training. Call today at 575-942-9472 for the company that's ready to go to battle with you. Battle Energy proudly supports all Lovington and Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Out of the Wildcat timeout, it'll be Caveman basketball. Lovington in the lead, 34-30. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Orgain will control it in front of the scorer's table as Lovington goes in a 1-1-3 zone look. Orgain to Mills, back to Orgain between the rings, now coming near side to Cornum. Cornum to Priest, then the long cross-court pass to Mills. Open look at Trey, and he will drain that one. Wow. Malik Mills gets Carlsbad back to within a point. Full court pressure is on as Covington gets it and then directs traffic. He'll give it off to Perez. Perez will push it across the timeline to Hernandez. Perez, Hernandez, Rivero, Pondo, and Covington on the floor. Covington out there with 4 fouls. Hernandez to Cale at the left elbow. Cale works against De Leon, then he'll back it up. Now over to JoJo, to Hernandez. Peyton to Cale. Now they'll toss it out to Pondo. Pondo, the little head fake, thought about the three. He will normally take that shot. Take it every day and twice on Sundays, but chooses not to that time. To Covington, the fall away from the right side. 12-footer is in.
Nice.
20 points for Covington.
Just the 4th non-free throw that Lovington has made in this quarter.
Rattles it home in a 3-point Wildcat lead, 36-33. 39 seconds, Orgain to Mills. That one going to be tipped and into the hands of Pondo as Lovington has forced 5 turnovers in this quarter on the Cavemen, only 7 in the first half. To Rivero with 27 seconds remaining here in the third. To Covington, top of the arc, back to Rivero, back to Cale. Top of the arc, 3 and bang! Cale Covington drains the tray.
Yeah, he had nobody in front of him, so the open look took it and nothing but net.
39-33 with 10 seconds to go. Orgain to the front court. Calls for the screen to be set by De Leon. Orgain looking for some room with 2, with 1. Puts up a wild shot, no good, and we have played 3 from here at Wildcat Gym. Lovington 39, Carlsbad 33. We'll be back for the 4th quarter as Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Back here for the start of the 4th quarter, Lovington up 39-33 against the Carlsbad Cavemen. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Carlsbad basketball almost losing it. Sullivan will keep it in the lane. Gets it over to Chavarria in the deep right corner.
Good defense by on Dallas Cardenas there.
Dallas got to him quickly as they'll flip it back out to Orgain as the Cavemen will reset. Though the fastball, this time over to Huerta. Huerta to Chavarria to Orgain. Just underway here in the 4th to Sullivan. He'll lean in and put it up and in. And that's what he's going to do. He's got 15 points in the ball game, and Covington out there with 4 fouls on him. He's not going to be able to really go at him real hard.
Right.
Push it in to Hernandez, to Cardenas, and thought about the 3, but shuffled the feet, and so that'll be turnover number 17 for the Wildcats. Give it back to Carlsbad.
Lovington limited Carlsbad's looks in that third quarter. Only 9 looks at the basket. Carlsbad made 4 of them. Lovington, however, made 5 of 13 looks, not counting free throws.
And Sullivan taking his time, retying the shoes. Well, you don't want the neon green Nikes coming off.
True. 4-point lead by Lovington now.
And I'm not making fun of their shoes. I own a pair of neon green Nikes. Thank you very much. And so it'll be Huerta into the front court. He'll toss it over to Sullivan. Sullivan gets that one tipped, and it'll go into the Carlsbad bench as Perez got a hand on it. Perez, Covington, Pondo, Hernandez, and Cardenas on the floor for the Wildcats. Orgain, Chavarria, Huerta, Sullivan, and Sullivan on the floor for the Cavemen. They'll inbound it into the backcourt with Chavarria. 1 minute gone here in the fourth as the D-up chant starts from the Lovington bench to our right. To Orgain, now over to Chavarria. Dallas giving him a little space. Long cross-court pass. Huerta thought about the three, and Hernandez gets a hand on it and almost steals it away, but can't control it before he steps out of bounds. So no turnover, but
was
good pressure.
Yeah, good defensive pressure by Jojo Perez in the corner over there as well, as that ball then passed up to Hernandez. Just couldn't hang on to it.
So off of the break in the action, back to it. Sullivan, long cross-court pass to Huerta, left corner for three, and nobody home to guard him. Zenas Huerta with the 3 ball, and now Carlsbad back to within 1, and Sullivan tackles Cardenas. Can you say flagrant much? So it'll be the push called there on Sullivan. That'll be his second personal.
Luckily, Cardenas up and doesn't look any worse for the collision.
And he's got a big smile on his face, so that's good to see. Go to the front court. It'll be Jojo Perez. Jojo works against Huerta. Hands it off to Hernandez. Peyton in front of the scorer's table with Huerta on him tight. Looking for a little room, spins it out to Covington. Now over to Dallas. Dallas throwing it across and almost hits Hernandez in the head, and Perez not ready for it. Another turnover for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and Carlsbad is limited Lovington's looks at the basket early on with 2 minutes gone in this fourth quarter.
Xavier Casadas will check in for checks back in for Lovington. Chavarria to the front court. Gets the screen set by Sullivan, who has to pull off of it as JoJo just goes around him. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth, a 1-point Wildcat lead. It's been a back and forth affair here tonight at Wildcat Gym. Huerta to Chavarria. JoJo stays with him. Backing it up, backing it in, fall away from 10 off the front of the iron, no good. And a fight for the rebound between Lovington Wildcats and finally Casadas wins it.
Lovington Wildcats and Lovington Wildcats.
Kale threw a hip check into Jojo Perez. Kale, you've already got 14 rebounds. Let Jojo get another one. He's looking for his first one. Push it over to Casadas, then to Kale at the left elbow. Push it into the corner for Pondo, right side. 3 ball on the way, no good. Covington has his 15th rebound. His putback, no good, but then he's fouled. Kale will head to the line for 2.
Yeah, he's having.
And they just teed up somebody.
I think they teed up number 2. They tee up Orgain.
And they've got the push foul. And they teed up. Yep, they teed up Orgain. That'll be his first personal. And then the foul was on Shane Sullivan. And so Cale Covington heads to the line for 2, and then he'll get to throw the technicals, or somebody will. So Covington gets the first. Makes it 40-38. We'll see who shoots the tees. I've got to think it will probably be Covington.
He's got a 61% average from the line.
Second one is up for Cale, and short arms that one. So we'll see who's going to shoot the techs, and they're just going to leave Cale out there as John Zumbrun is barking at the officials about the technical. So Cale will shoot the techs as well. He's got 24 points in the ball game, leads the Cats. First of the technicals is up and no good. Ouch. Cale having a rough time from the line tonight. He is 3 of 7.
And that's unusual for him.
And
but that one
4 of 8, so now he's 50-50 from the line.
Puts Lovington up by 3 with 5:11 left to play in the game.
And it will be Lovington basketball as Coach Casey Pack asking some questions as Jorge Herrera will check in as Orgain will have to go to the bench to take a breather.
And Cardenas will inbound for Lovington at midcourt in front of the home section, student section.
5:11 to go, a 3-point Lovington lead. Toss it in to Perez. JoJo, spin move, works against Huerta. Pushing it over to Casares. Huerta picks him up off the pass. Xavier backs it up, now gets it back to JoJo. To Cardenas. Dallas picks up the dribble, needs some help. JoJo's there in the deep left corner. To Cale, to Pondo, right wing, and
Whoa.
bang!
It looked good from here, and we had the clear sight line on that, and it looked as good as it popped.
9 points for Pondo, 3 threes. That is Trabian. And Lovington up now 44-38. Carlsbad with Chavarria. He'll pick up the dribble and then give it off to Sullivan, who just set the pick for him. He gives it right back to Chavarria in front of his bench. 4:24 remaining here in the fourth. Lovington looking to pull the 4A over 5A upset. Huerta in front of his bench to Chavarria. Now over to Herrera. Back to Huerta. They're just going to play catch. They've still got time, but we're clicking down to 4 minutes to go. Toss it to Sullivan in the deep right corner. Casares on him tight. Looking for some room. He'll toss it back out to Chavarria. Left side of the arc for three. It winds up being a pass into the hands of Sullivan. Up and in, so an assist on an attempted three that was an air ball. And now 44-40. It'll be a timeout taken by Coach Zumbrin. 3:53 remaining to go in this one. Lovington 44, Carlsbad 40. We'll be back in a minute. Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com.
At some point, you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Out of the Carlsbad timeout, it'll be Wildcat basketball leading 44-40. Welcome back to Wildcat Gym with Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. Coach Casey Pack still having some words with one of the officials as Micah Pondo will look to inbound it. Under pressure, Perez gets it back to Micah. He'll toss it to Cale, who gives it right back to JoJo and then scampers across the timeline. JoJo working the far side over to Cardenas. Dallas cycles around into the corner. Pondo for three, and that one off the mark, but he's fouled. They're going to get Chavarria for the swat on the arm. His first personal, and that will be the fourth team foul on Carlsbad.
And a good time at the line because Lovington shooting 2 of 4, not at the line, but just from the floor in terms of looks.
2 of 4 from the line, too, and Pondo to the line, and he'll get 3 attempts at it.
Carlsbad with 4 looks in the quarter so far, and they've made 3 of them.
First one up for Micah is good. Up to a 5-point Wildcat lead, 3:37 to go. 10 points now for Micah Pondo coming off the bench.
And he's been a tray shooter tonight and doing nice work at the line, too.
Now 46-40. Cats up by 6, but still a long way to go in this one. Trying to make it a 3-possession ball game here. Pondo makes them pay, gets all 3 of them. So now a 3-possession ball game with 3.5 minutes remaining here in the contest. 47-40, Cats in the lead. Chavarria to the front court, works against Perez. JoJo not on him just real tight, but not giving him a lot of comfort room. He'll take it in front of his own bench and hand it off to Huerta. Huerta to Sullivan. Perez just stays out there, swats it away, goes to the floor and gets it, then gets popped from behind and kicked in the head. And Coach Casey Pack is going to take a timeout to preserve the possession. So that'll force the turnover. That'll be the 13th turnover on Carlsbad. We will just keep it right here as a smart timeout, I think, for Casey.
I think that's
he's only got 1 left now. But
right.
So you got to be pretty judicious with that one if Carlsbad can go on a run, but he forced the turnover. That's the 13th turnover against the Cavemen as the Wildcats have managed to really kind of flip that one on them too.
Yeah, about 3 minutes left to play in the game, and Lovington up by 7 points here.
Of course, next up for the Wildcats after tonight, Thursday night, we will take the trip down to the Panther Pit, and the Cats will take on the Panthers. A battle of Lee County Big Cats. Be on about 6:30 on Thursday night. 2A, 4A battle. Lovington's final tune-up before district starts next Friday night back here at home against Artesia.
It would be a pretty good feather in the cap here if Lovington were to knock off Carlsbad, of course, a 5A team, and they'd like to go up to 12-7 on the season going into that game against Jow.
Yes, they would, of course. Carlsbad knocking off the Wildcats there at the Cave last Tuesday, a week ago. Cardenas to Casadas with 3 minutes exactly remaining here in the game. A 7-point Lovington lead, up by 3 possessions.
And I think Lovington is just going to kind of play keep away here.
I don't like that. I think if you got the open look, you take it. Pondo works against Cornum to Perez, and JoJo flashes through on the baseline.
Yeah, just when Lovington kind of lulled them to sleep and then sent JoJo quickly to the back door. Nice.
Now a 9-point Wildcat lead with 2.5 minutes remaining. As the defense chance starts here at Wildcat Gym. Cornum into the left corner for Mills. 3-ball. It is off the iron, and Casadas will have his 4th rebound of the ball game. As Carlsbad will drop back in defense, toss it over, and the fastball. Sullivan trying to pick it off, and Pondo will try and save it, but he can't pick it off, and that'll be turnover number 19 for Lovington.
But a 9-point lead for Lovington right now with 2:17 left in the game.
Of course, we saw about a 10-second spurt where Carlsbad scored 8 right there at the end of the first quarter, so they can score quickly to De Leon in the left corner. Covington out on him. 2 minutes to go in this one. Chavarria cycles around, Perez on him. Hands it off to Cornum, who will leave it off for De Leon. To Mills now on the right sideline. Comes around, JoJo gets to him quickly as he uses up the dribble, then Pondo will swipe it away on the attempt as Micah coast to coast misses the layup, but then it'll be JoJo Perez who gets the rebound and is fouled. It will be a floor foul, and it'll be the push call on Tanner Cornum. That will put Lovington in the bonus, though, and so Perez will head to the line to shoot 2 as Lovington in the bonus for the last 1:43 of this one.
And up by 9 right now. JoJo could do a good job of trying to put it completely away for Lovington.
6 points in the books for Perez, so he heads to the line for 2. Lovington in the double bonus, trying to get it up to a 10-point lead. It would be their biggest lead of the night. And puts it up and down, and that will be the biggest lead of the night for the Wildcats, up 50-40, so it's been a 20-point swing. 1 point they were down by 10, now they're up by 10.
Yeah, nice work as nice free throws under pressure.
So Perez makes that one, he'll eye the second one. As the young point guard puts up the second, and that one is off the mark, and the rebound going to be brought down by Sullivan. That'll be his 4th. Sullivan crosses the timeline. He'll just flash all the way through. They'll let him go to the basket and lay that one up and in. 19 points for Shane Sullivan. And Coach John Zumbrin going to take the timeout with 1:33 remaining in the ballgame. Lovington 50, Carlsbad 42. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com.
Easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And they indicated it was a full, but they only put 30 up on the board, and everybody's out and ready to go. So we're back as it'll be Pondo to inbound it. 93 seconds remaining, and the Cats up by 8. Full court press is, of course, on for Carlsbad. They'll push it to a wide open Casadas and through the left lane, up and in for Xavier.
Beautiful. 5 of 7 shooting from the floor by Lovington in this quarter.
When you break the press, that's what happens. Into the deep right corner for Priest. His 3-ball up, and that one is no good. Covington will have his 16th rebound of the ball game. And then Pondo gets dumped by Moyers. And now JoJo pushing it to Pondo. 1 minute to go.
And
Out at the
Lovington's
big cat. Yeah, Lovington can
just
now
gotta
afford just to burn some clock.
and make Carlsbad come at them.
Hold on to the basketball.
Right.
Casadas to Dallas. Cardenas working against. That's Priest. Now back to JoJo. JoJo handing it off to Pondo. Pondo working against Cornum. Underhand it to Casadas with 40 seconds to Kale. Left baseline. Up and in for Covington.
Beautiful. Four straight baskets for Lovington now.
27 points in the books for Covington. He's got half of the Wildcats' points, along with 16 boards by my count. As Cornum with 23 seconds to go. Between then a bad pass, and it'll be right into the hands of Covington. 15th turnover for the Cavemen. So Lovington, all they got to do now is just get it across the timeline and then dribble it out. So Kale takes it across the timeline as Carlsbad doesn't even stay out for the final buzzer. I'd just go ahead and drive it home if they're going to walk off the court. But that's not what they do.
Yeah, Kale just walks over and hands it to the ref as the buzzer sounds.
As the Wildcats victorious and will improve to 12-7 on the season. They win this one 54-42 to knock off the Cavemen here tonight. We'll be back with your Western States Insurance postgame report right after this. Wildcat basketball continues in a moment.
Athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps and a woo!
It's me, Sammy Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes, your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Tell Sammy Sludge you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
Attention oil patch companies. Is your team safety training ready to go on location? If you need safe land, CPR, and H2S training, Cannon Safety is who you need. They'll get you squared away with NCCE ROQs and pipeline training. Cannon Safety has a variety of BW, Honeywell, H2S, and multi-gas personal monitors starting at $99. Nothing is more important than your company's safety. Don't waste any more time. Get a Cannon Safety professional on the job today. Google Cannon Safety Hobbs or call 575-738-0001.
And welcome back to your Western States Insurance postgame show as the Wildcats celebrating a 54-42 victory over the visiting Carlsbad Cavemen. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us. Of course, the postgame report from Western States Insurance. Go see Connie Severe and the go see Connie Severe and the whole crew over at Western States Insurance. Whether you need personal or business, home, auto, life, Western States Insurance. Connie and the crew will get you taken care of as Coach Casey Pack joins us for our Bob Thriftway Coaches Conversation. And Coach, congratulations, big win tonight, 54-42. Let's try that.
Yes, now I can hear you.
Now you can hear me.
Yes.
You may not want to hear me.
He's a little loud. There you go.
There we
All
go.
right.
Okay.
Nailed it nice.
I'm kind of deaf, so louder the better.
You should probably be pretty happy right
the
now,
two of us are both deaf, so we'll all be deaf together. So
All right.
Big win tonight. Of course, you went to their place last week. Didn't go quite like you wanted, but came in and looked like you just took it to them almost from the start. Got to a little slow start, but second, third, fourth quarters, you owned them.
Yes, and I mean, hats off to my kids. I told them, defense is where it's going to be won here, and we got after. We got back to our, 92 feet playing, and I just, hats off to the kids because they played their hearts out. Because, if the first quarter wasn't in our favor, we got down about 8.
You were.
So, yeah, so our kids finally start battling back, and we didn't, You just got to start handling adversity a little better, and I thought they did a great job tonight.
Well, they certainly did, and what can you say about Cale Covington? 27 points, 16 rebounds, as he really was kind of what kept you in it early before the rest of the team kind of caught up.
Right, he did a great job, and then Micah finally hit some shots tonight.
Yeah, some threes.
Thank you.
Great times.
Because they're in a matchup zone, and I told our kids, somebody's going to have to step up and knock down some threes to get them extended. And sure enough, Micah finally hit some shots, and then it just opens up. Now we got some great passes for easy layups, and it all starts rolling. Yes.
Yeah. All starts clicking, all starts rolling, and really it did tonight. So a lot that you can take out of this one. Now you got one more tune-up before district starts next week, so heading down to Jowl on Thursday night.
Yeah, that's just a tune-up, and then we get ready for district, So we really need to take a kind of a rest because now we still got kids sick, and, that's good that's on Thursday. I can give them a 3-day weekend.
Right.
We can get healed up and then prepare for our team.
We noticed that Herrera is out on crutches. What's the problem? What's the story there, Coach?
He broke his foot.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
The thing of it is, and I don't blame him for it, we had a UNM football scout here.
Right.
And he was doing some drills that he's done 1,000 times in his life. This time he just...
Having stepped funny and broken bones in my feet before it happens.
Yes.
And you certainly hate that. Well, we hate that for him, but happy tonight. You improved to 12-7 on the year. So yeah, you need to get healthy. You want to get everything back in rhythm and ready to go for Artesian. 10 days or so. But what all do you take out of tonight as a team?
I think because really they kind of horsewhipped us at Carlsbad. And I just think our kids, looking to the future here, we did a great job of next playing it, and we're playing here tonight, and that's what we're about. This is what we're about. This is the Wildcat way, and, just hats off to those kids.
Well, they did a fantastic job tonight and got you guys the big win. Again, our final tonight, 54-42. And Casey, thanks for coming up. Congratulations.
Thank you. Y'all have a great night.
You as well, sir.
And we'll see you next Friday.
Hey, we'll see you Thursday.
Okay, we'll see you Thursday.
We'll see you down in Jowl.
Thursday in Jowl. So
right.
As Coach Casey back, and of course we'll be with you all district season. So the Cats victorious tonight. Yeah, mentioned Cale Covington, 27 points, 16 rebounds, and really he kept the Cats in it early, Don, as he was really all that was going. And all of a sudden, Micah Pondo, welcome Micah. He got 12 points in the ball game, 3 of them from beyond the arc, and then 3 of them on a missed three-pointer from the free throw line. But did a great job tonight knocking off a very physical Carlsbad team.
And Covington ended up with how many points and rebounds?
27 points, 16 rebounds by my unofficial count.
Nice, nice show up tonight for Cale. But again, great teamwork tonight and good play, good response against what Carlsbad was throwing them. And I like that when you can learn from a game where you lost and you come back and you're able to play better as a team and learn and show that. That's growth as a team. That's growth, and that's what you want to see.
Well, it is, and so the growth will continue Thursday night, Lee County battle, as a tune-up. Going to be up for that, you got to think, and the Panthers are definitely going to be coming to play, but Lovington can't overlook them. But we'll see on Thursday night. We'll be on around 6:30 for your Wildcat pregame show from Stone Oilfield Services. Tip-off expected at around 6:30, 6:40, depending on the JV. So we will wrap up your Western States Insurance postgame report from Western States Insurance. Whether you need personal or commercial, home, auto, life, health, Connie Severe and the crew over at Western States Insurance, they can take care of you. And we appreciate you here and being with us wherever you've been watching and listening tonight. Of course, big thanks to all of those sponsors at the bottom of the screen and that you've been hearing. Couldn't do it without them. For Tiff and Evie back at One Radio Square, keeping an eye and an ear on things. For Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Lovington. This has been an exclusive presentation of Noel Mark Digital and KZOR Sports. Good night, everybody.